Welcome to Lotus Whisper. I am your guide through the quiet valleys of the mind. Tonight, we sit together to look at the heaviest thing you have ever carried, the idea of who you are. We spend our lives building this wall called I, brick by brick, name by name, and worry by worry. But look closely. Is this self a solid mountain, or is it merely smoke drifting in the wind? You feel the constant pressure of being someone, the fear of failing, and the deep anxiety of being forgotten. This tightness in your chest is the ego trying to hold on to a dream that is already fading. Let us step into the fog of your restless thoughts together and see what happens when we finally stop trying to be anything at all. If you seek the peace found in letting go, please subscribe to Lotus Whisper. The air in this room feels thick, almost as if it has been saturated with the unspoken words and the unfulfilled desires of 1,000 yesterday afternoons. You are sitting or lying down, yet there is no true rest to be found in your limbs. Your body is present, but your spirit is entangled in a web of identity that feels more like a cage than a home. Notice the way your shoulders rise toward your ears, a silent reflex of defense against a world that demands you be something specific, something measurable, something successful. This is the weight of the I. It is a heavy, ornate cloak made of lead and gold, beautiful to look at from the outside, but crushing to the one who must wear it. You carry the stories of your childhood, the expectations of your parents, the judgments of your peers, and the relentless critiques of your own inner voice. All of these threads are woven into a single garment that you call myself. And tonight, that garment feels damp and heavy, clinging to your skin and making every breath a labor of will. Listen to the rhythm of your breathing. It is shallow, caught in the upper chambers of your chest. This is the breath of a person who is constantly on guard, a person who believes they must defend the fortress of their ego from the perceived arrows of the world. You are thinking of the mistakes you made hours ago, the words you should have said, and the silence you should have kept. You are projecting into a tomorrow that does not yet exist, building scenarios of conflict and resolution, of loss and gain. Your mind is like a frantic architect trying to repair a building while a storm rages, but the building itself is made of mist. You try to grasp the walls, but your hands pass through them. This creates a subtle, vibrating panic in the center of your being. It is the anxiety of realizing deep down that the self you are trying so hard to protect is not as solid as you were told. The room is dim, lit only by a faint, flickering light that casts long, distorted shadows against the wall. Those shadows represent the many versions of you that you present to the world. There is the professional you, the grieving you, the joyful you, the capable you, and the hidden, frightened you. You spend so much energy making sure these shadows look right, making sure they do not overlap in ways that reveal your contradictions. You are exhausted from the performance. The ego is a tireless actor, always demanding a script, always seeking applause, always terrified of a bad review. This is the root of your restlessness. You are not tired from work or from physical exertion. You are tired of being a person. You are tired of the constant maintenance required to keep the illusion of I from crumbling into the vast, quiet space of the universe. Feel the tension in your jaw. It is as if you are biting down on a secret that you are afraid to let go of. This secret is the belief that you are separate from everything else. You believe you are a lonely island in a cold, indifferent sea. This belief is the ultimate source of your anxiety. If you are an island, you can be eroded. If you are an island, you can be conquered. If you are an island, you can be forgotten. You look out at the horizon of your life and you see only threats to your boundaries. You worry about your status, your possessions, your health, and your legacy. Each of these is a brick in the wall of the ego, and each brick requires your constant attention to stay in place. The wind of change blows against these bricks, and you shiver, fearing that if the wall falls, there will be nothing left of you. But what if the wall is the only thing preventing you from seeing the ocean? The mind is a restless ocean of its own, but currently it is caught in a storm of self-reference. Every thought begins with me or mine, my problems, my future, my pain, my happiness. This constant circling back to the center creates a whirlpool that sucks all your energy downward. You are trapped in the center of this spinning water, unable to see the calm depths below or the clear sky above. The clouds above this whirlpool are dark and heavy with the rain of anxiety. They press down on you, making the air feel scarce. You try to think your way out of the problem, but your thoughts are the very things creating the storm. You are trying to wash away blood with blood. The more you analyze your ego, the more you feed it. The more you try to understand why you feel this way, the more you strengthen the idea of a you who feels. Consider the objects in the room around you. The chair, the table, the lamp. They do not worry about their identity. They simply exist in their suchness. They do not have an ego to defend. They do not feel the need to be better than other chairs or more enlightened than other lamps. They are at peace because they have no I to maintain. You, however, are caught in the trap of comparison. You look at others and see their highlights, their successes, their curated lives, and you feel the sharp sting of inadequacy. Your ego feels small, so it tries to grow by consuming more praise, more things, more titles. But the ego is a bottomless pit. No matter how much you pour into it, it will never be full. It will always demand more, and the gap between what you are and what you think you should be will continue to grow, filling with the black smoke of anxiety. Imagine you are standing on a narrow bridge over a deep canyon. This bridge is your life as you currently perceive it. You are carrying 1,000 heavy suitcases, each one labeled with a different part of your identity. One suitcase is your career, another is your failures in love, another is your physical appearance, another is your intelligence. You are trying to balance all of these suitcases while walking across a thin wire in a high wind. You are terrified of dropping even one of them because you believe that if you lose a suitcase, you lose a piece of yourself. Your hands are cramping, your back is aching, and your heart is pounding against your ribs like a trapped bird. The anxiety is not the bridge or the wind. The anxiety is the weight of the suitcases. You are so afraid of being empty-handed that you are willing to fall under the weight of your own baggage. The silence of the night begins to press in, but it is not a comforting silence yet. It is a silence that highlights the noise inside your head. It is the sound of 1,000 voices all talking at once, all claiming to be you. One voice says, "You are not doing enough." Another voice says, "You are doing too much." Another voice reminds you of a mistake you made 10 years ago, as if it happened 10 minutes ago. These voices are like ghosts haunting an old house. They have no substance, yet they have the power to make you tremble. They are the fragments of the ego, trying to convince you that they are the master of the house. But who is the one listening to the voices? Who is the one observing the anxiety? If you can hear the noise, you cannot be the noise. If you can feel the weight, you cannot be the weight. Your breath is still tight, a hard knot in the center of your solar plexus. This is the physical location of the I. It is where you hold your pride and your shame. It feels like a cold stone that refuses to melt. You try to soften it with logic, but logic is a tool of the mind, and the mind is the architect of the stone. To melt the stone, you must stop trying to change it, and instead simply look at it. Look at the anxiety as if it were a strange weather pattern passing through a valley. You are the valley, not the weather. The clouds are dark, yes. The rain is cold, yes. The wind is biting, yes. But the valley remains. The valley does not move. The valley does not argue with the storm. It allows the storm to happen, knowing that no storm lasts forever. Yet, the ego does not want to be a valley. It wants to be the storm. It wants to be the lightning that commands attention and the thunder that demands to be heard. It is afraid of the stillness that follows the rain. It is afraid that in the silence, its own emptiness will be revealed. This is why you feel this restless urge to check your phone, to plan your day, to distract yourself with any small worry. Anything is better than the void. Anything is better than admitting that the I you have spent decades building is a ghost. You are clinging to your suffering because it is familiar. You are clinging to your anxiety because it makes you feel like you are doing something, like you are engaged in the struggle of being someone. The night deepens, and the world outside slows down, but your internal clock is still racing. You are out of sync with the natural rhythm of existence. The trees outside do not struggle to grow, the stars do not struggle to shine. They move with the Tao, with the effortless flow of the universe. But you are trying to swim upstream against the current of reality. You want things to be different than they are. You want yourself to be different than you are. This resistance is the friction that creates the heat of anxiety. Every time you say, "I should be," or "I must have," you are adding another layer of lead to your cloak. You are tightening the knot in your chest. You are building the wall higher, blocking out the light of your own true nature. Think of a mirror. When the mirror is covered in dust, it cannot reflect the light. It sees only the dust and thinks, "I am dirty, I am grey, I am dull." The mirror begins to worry about how to become clean. It tries to think its way into brightness. But the mirror does not need to do anything to be bright. It only needs the dust to be removed. The dust is the ego. The dust is the collection of stories, labels, and anxieties that have settled on the surface of your consciousness. You are not the dust. You are the clear, luminous surface beneath it. But you have identified with the dust for so long that you have forgotten the mirror exists. You are afraid that if the dust is wiped away, there will be nothing left. You do not realize that only when the dust is gone will you truly see. The pressure in your head feels like a dull ache behind your eyes. This is the pressure of trying to see a future that is not there. The ego is obsessed with time. It lives in the past to find its identity, and in the future to find its salvation. It cannot survive in the present moment, because in the present moment there is no story. In the now, there is only the sensation of the air on your skin, the sound of a distant car, the rise and fall of your chest. There is no I in a single breath. The I only appears when you link many breaths together and call it a life. When you break your life down into this very second, the weight begins to flicker. The anxiety cannot breathe in the now. It needs the oxygen of yesterday and tomorrow to survive. You feel the heavy, suffocating clouds of your restless mind closing in. They are like a fog that has rolled off a cold sea, obscuring the path beneath your feet. You cannot see where you are going, and you have forgotten where you came from. This is the wilderness of the ego. It is a place of shadows and echoes, where every sound is a threat and every movement is a cause for alarm. You are wandering in this fog, calling out your own name, hoping someone will answer and tell you who you are. But there is no one else here. There is only the fog and the sound of your own voice. The more you shout, the more lost you feel. The more you try to find your way out, the deeper you wander into the mist. Stop. Just for a moment, stop walking. Stop shouting. Stop trying to find the path. The fog is not something you can fight. You cannot push it away with your hands. You cannot blow it away with your breath. You can only wait for the sun to rise and melt it. But the sun cannot rise as long as you are convinced that you are the fog. You must realize that you are the ground upon which the fog sits. You are the space in which the anxiety moves. This realization is the first crack in the wall of the ego. It is a small, terrifying crack, because it suggests that you are much larger and much emptier than you ever imagined. The burdens of the day are like stones you have gathered in your pockets. You have a stone for the person who cut you off in traffic. You have a stone for the deadline you missed. You have a stone for the grey hair you found in the mirror. You have a stone for the money you owe. You are carrying all these stones, and you wonder why you feel like you are sinking. You think you need to find a way to carry them more efficiently, or perhaps find a bag to put them in. It never occurs to you to simply open your hands and let them fall. You are afraid that if you let go of your burdens, you will have nothing to hold you down, and you will float away into the vast, unknown sky. The ego prefers the heaviness of the earth to the freedom of the air. It prefers the certainty of suffering to the mystery of peace. Your heart is still beating with a frantic rhythm. Let us acknowledge this heart. It has been beating since before you had a name. It has been beating since before you knew what a failure or a success was. It does not beat for your ego. It does not beat so that you can be famous or rich or liked. It beats because it is the nature of a heart to beat. It is part of the great, wordless pulse of the universe. In this pulse, there is no I. There is only the flow of life moving through you like water through a reed. The reed does not say, "I am moving the water." The reed simply allows the water to pass. But you are trying to grab the water. You are trying to own the flow. This is why you are gasping for air. This is why the clouds feel so suffocating. The day has been long, and the weight of it is pressing into your bones. You feel the fatigue in your marrow, a deep, ancient tiredness that sleep alone cannot fix. This is the tiredness of the soul that has been forced to wear a mask for too long. The mask is beginning to crack, and the light behind it is starting to leak out, but you are trying to glue the pieces back together. You are afraid of what people will see if the mask falls. You are afraid they will see nothing, and in a way, you are right. They will see the no-thingness that is your true self. But this no-thingness is not a void of lack. It is a void of infinite potential. It is the womb from which all things arise. The ego sees this as death, but the Zen mind sees it as the only true life. As you sit here, the anxiety might flare up one last time, a bright flame before the candle gutters out. It might tell you that this is a waste of time. It might tell you that you have real problems that need real solutions. It might tell you that you are losing your edge, that you are becoming soft. These are the final lies of a dying ego. It knows that its power over you is based on your belief in its necessity. It wants you to stay anxious because an anxious mind is a mind that is easy to control. A peaceful mind is a mind that has no use for the ego. A peaceful mind is a mind that has realized that the I is a shadow cast by a dream. The clouds are still there, but perhaps they are beginning to look a little less solid. Perhaps you can see that they are made of nothing but vapor and light. The weight is still there, but perhaps you can feel that it is not attached to you. It is merely resting on you, like a blanket that can be cast aside when the room becomes warm. The burdens of the day are still there, but they are just stories you are telling yourself. You can change the story. You can stop the story. You can step out of the book entirely and become the silence of the page. For now, just stay in this heavy, foggy place. Do not try to run away from the anxiety. Do not try to fix it. If you are drowning, stop splashing. When you stop splashing, you will sink to the bottom. And only when you touch the bottom can you find the firm ground to push off from. The anxiety is the splashing. The ego is the fear of sinking. But the bottom of the ocean is the most peaceful place on earth. Let yourself sink. Let the clouds be heavy. Let the mind be restless. Watch it all with the quiet, detached eyes of a mountain. You are not the person struggling in the water. You are the water itself. And the water is never afraid of drowning. The day's burdens are losing their names. The names are dissolving into the mist. The I who carried them is becoming a ghost, a pale reflection in a fading mirror. You are entering the first gate of the journey. It is a gate made of shadow and sighs. To pass through it, you must leave your name at the entrance. You must leave your history at the threshold. You must become no one, going nowhere, doing nothing. This is the only way to find the peace that the ego can never know. This is the only way to turn the suffocating clouds into the soft, velvet curtains of a deep and nameless rest. As the silence grows, let the words, "I am," begin to drift away. Do not finish the sentence. Do not say, "I am tired," or "I am anxious," or "I am a person." Just stay with the "I am." And then, even let the "I" go. Just be the "am," the pure, wordless state of existence. The clouds are still there, but they are no longer yours. The weight is still there, but there is no one left to carry it. The restlessness is still there, but it is just a vibration in a vast, empty space. You are beginning to let go of the greatest illusion of all. You are beginning to see that the I was never there to begin with. And in that realization, the first seeds of tranquility begin to stir in the dark, cool soil of your soul. Welcome, weary traveler. You have stepped into the hall of the quiet mind. The echoes of the world are fading, yet within you, a different sound remains. It is the sound of the self, trying to hold on to its own name. We are here to sit with that sound, not to push it away, but to understand it. As the seeds of tranquility stir in the soil of your soul, we must first look at the storm that rages above the surface. We must look at the tension that binds your shoulders and the thoughts that race like wild horses across the plains of your awareness. Breathe with me now. Let the air move through you like a gentle tide. We are beginning a journey into the heart of the illusion, the place where the I begins to dissolve. Close your eyes, if they are not already closed, and let us sit together in this dim, quiet space. Imagine a single candle burning in the center of a vast, dark room. The flame is small, a golden petal of light dancing on the tip of a white wick. It flickers slightly, reacting to the invisible currents of air that move through the temple. This flame is like your awareness. It is steady, yet it is sensitive. Outside, the rain begins to fall. It is a soft, rhythmic patter against the wooden roof, a sound that has no beginning and no end. It is just the sky releasing its weight. But inside you, there is a different kind of weight. It is the weight of being someone. It is the weight of a name, a history, a set of worries, and a collection of fears. This is what we call the inner storm. It is not a storm of wind and water, but a storm of identity. Feel the way your body sits in this moment. Do not try to change it yet, just observe. Notice the places where the storm has left its mark. Perhaps there is a tightness in your jaw, a clenching of the teeth that you did not notice until this very second. This is the ego's armor. It is the way the I tries to hold itself together, fearing that if it relaxes, it will shatter. Let your awareness drift to your shoulders. They are often held high, as if carrying an invisible yoke, burdened by the expectations of yesterday and the anxieties of tomorrow. Feel the density of that tension. It is like cold iron, unyielding and heavy. This tension is the physical manifestation of the word mine. My problems, my life, my future, my failures. Every time we use the word my, we add another link to the chain that pulls our shoulders toward our ears. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel the air enter your nostrils, cool and sharp. Follow it as it travels down your throat, filling your lungs. Notice how the chest expands. And as you exhale, notice the resistance. The storm within does not want to let the breath go. It wants to hold on. It wants to control the rhythm. This is the source of the anxiety we feel. It is the desire for control in a universe that is constantly flowing. We are like people trying to catch the river in a net. We stand in the middle of the current, straining, pulling, and wondering why we are so exhausted. The anxiety is the friction between the way things are and the way the I wants them to be. Look at the candle flame again in your mind's eye. See how it does not try to fight the air. When a draught blows, the flame bends, it yields. It does not lose its essence by moving with the wind, it simply changes its shape. But we, in our identification with the ego, have become rigid. We are like an old, dry branch that snaps in the wind because it has forgotten how to bend. We think that by being rigid, we are being strong. We think that by worrying, we are being responsible. We think that the tightness in our chest is a sign that we are paying attention. But it is only a sign that we are lost in the illusion of the self. Let us explore this tension deeper. Imagine you are walking through a thick fog. You cannot see the path beneath your feet, and you cannot see the trees around you. All you can see is the grey, heavy mist. This fog is the mind when it is clouded by the ego. In this fog, every sound is a threat. Every shadow is a monster. You feel a sense of urgency, a need to get somewhere, to find the end of the fog, to reach the sunlight. But the more you run, the more lost you become. The anxiety is the running. The storm is the belief that there is a you who needs to escape. What if you simply stopped? What if you sat down in the middle of the fog and realized that the fog is not hurting you? It is just water and air. What if you realized that the storm inside is just thoughts and sensations? Let us look at a single thought that is causing you distress. Do not push it away. Bring it into the light of the candle. See it for what it is. It is a collection of words. It is a mental image. It is a vibration in the brain. It is not you. It is something passing through you, like a bird flying across a clear blue sky. The bird is not the sky. The thought is not the mind. The anxiety is not the soul. The source of the inner storm is the belief that we are the master of the house. We think we are the one who must manage the thoughts, the one who must solve the problems, the one who must ensure that everything goes right. This I is a heavy burden to carry. It is a mask that has grown too tight, pressing against the skin until it leaves bruises. We have worn this mask for so long that we have forgotten there is a face beneath it. We have forgotten that there is a silent observer who simply watches the mask. Consider the mountain. The mountain does not call itself a mountain. It does not worry about the clouds that gather around its peak. It does not feel anxious when the lightning strikes its rocks or when the snow covers its paths. The mountain simply sits. It is present. It is vast. The storm happens on the mountain, but the mountain is not the storm. You are the mountain. Your thoughts, your anxieties, your tensions, your fears, these are the weather. They come and they go. They are loud and they are quiet. They are dark and they are light. But they do not change the essence of the mountain. The problem arises only when the mountain begins to think it is the rain. When you think you are your anxiety, you become as unstable as the wind. Let us return to the body, for the body is the gateway to the present moment. Feel the palms of your hands. Are they resting softly or are they clenched? Let the fingers uncurl. Imagine each finger is a petal of a lotus flower, opening slowly in the morning sun. As the hands relax, feel a wave of softness travel up your arms. It is like warm oil being poured over stone. The iron of the tension begins to melt. It does not happen all at once. It is a slow process, a gradual surrender. The ego will try to pull back. It will whisper that you have things to do, that you cannot afford to be this still, that you must stay on guard. Acknowledge these whispers. They are just the wind rattling the shutters of the temple. They cannot come inside unless you open the door. Deep within the storm, there is a center. In the eye of a hurricane, the air is perfectly still. The birds can fly there without effort. The sunlight can reach the ground. We are searching for that center within you. But to find it, we must first acknowledge the intensity of the winds. We must admit that we are tired of fighting. We must admit that the I we have been protecting is exhausted. It is a fragile thing, this ego. It requires constant maintenance. It needs to be praised. It needs to be right. It needs to be safe. It needs to be special. No wonder there is a storm. No wonder there is anxiety. It is a full-time job to maintain a ghost. Breathe into the space behind your eyes. This is where so much of our mental energy is concentrated. We feel as though we live in the front of our heads, peering out at the world with suspicion and judgment. Soften the muscles around your eyes. Let your gaze, even with lids closed, turn inward and downward. Move your awareness from the head to the heart. The heart does not care about being right. The heart does not care about the name you carry. The heart only knows the rhythm of the life that moves through it. Feel the heartbeat. It is a steady, quiet drum. It has been beating since before you knew your own name. It will beat long after the thoughts of today are forgotten. It is the pulse of the universe, localized within your chest. As you focus on the heartbeat, the storm begins to lose its power. The winds are still blowing, but you are no longer standing in the middle of them. You are watching them from a distance. You see the thoughts of, I am not enough, I am worried, I am afraid. You see them, but you do not touch them. You let them drift by. You are the empty space through which they move. An empty space cannot be harmed by a storm. An empty space cannot be cut by a sword or burned by a fire. The more you realize your own emptiness, the more the anxiety dissolves. Think of a mirror. When a mirror reflects a fire, the mirror does not get hot. When a mirror reflects a lake, the mirror does not get wet. When a mirror reflects a person crying, the mirror does not feel sadness. The mirror is perfectly clear, perfectly still, and perfectly receptive. Your true nature is like this mirror. The anxiety is just a reflection. The tension is just a reflection. The storm is just a reflection. The mistake we make is thinking that the reflection is the mirror itself. We try to wipe the fire off the glass, but the fire is not there. We try to hold on to the beautiful reflection, but it is already changing. The only way to find peace is to stop looking at the reflections and start being the mirror. The tension in your spirit comes from the belief that you are separate from the world. You feel like a small island in a vast and dangerous ocean. You think you must build walls and watch the horizon for enemies. This sense of separation is the root of all fear. But look closer at the island. Where does the land end and the water begin? The sand is wet with the tide. The salt of the sea is in the air. The roots of the trees reach down to the same earth that lies beneath the waves. The island is not separate from the ocean. It is just a place where the earth rises up to meet the sky. You are not separate from the life around you. The breath you take was once the breath of a forest. The water in your veins was once the rain in a distant valley. The atoms of your body were forged in the hearts of ancient stars. When you realize this, the I begins to feel very small, and the universe begins to feel very much like home. Let the silence grow. In the silence, the storm has no fuel. Thoughts need your attention to survive. They are like small fires that require the oxygen of your focus. If you stop feeding them, they will eventually flicker and die out. They will leave behind a scent of smoke, a memory of heat, but then even that will fade. What is left is the cool, dark soil we spoke of earlier, the place where the seeds of tranquility are waiting. Feel the weight of your body again. It is no longer a heavy burden. It is a solid, grounded presence. You are like a great stone sitting at the bottom of a deep lake. The surface of the lake may be tossed by waves, and the wind may howl above, but down here, in the depths, there is only stillness. There is only the cool, blue pressure of the water. There is only the silence of the earth. You are that stone. You are that stillness. The anxiety you felt at the beginning of this journey was not an enemy. It was a messenger. It was a signal from your soul that you were holding on too tight. It was a reminder that you were trying to be someone you are not. It was the friction of the mask rubbing against the skin. Thank the anxiety for its message. It has brought you here. It has forced you to sit still. It has led you to the edge of the illusion. Now, imagine the storm is beginning to break. The clouds are not disappearing, but they are thinning. Patches of moonlight are beginning to shine through the grey. The rain is turning into a fine mist. The air is becoming sweet and fresh. You can breathe more easily now. Each breath is a gift. Each breath is a reminder that you are alive, and that life is doing you. You are not the one breathing. Life is breathing through you. You are not the one thinking. Thoughts are appearing within you. You are not the one living. Life is expressing itself as you. Stay with this feeling of being lived. It is a profound shift in perspective. It is the difference between rowing a boat against the current and letting the current carry the boat. The rowing is the ego. The current is the Tao, the way, the flow of existence. When you stop rowing, the boat does not sink. It simply finds its own way. It moves with a grace that you could never achieve through effort alone. The tension in your spirit is the sound of the oars hitting the water. The peace is the sound of the water sliding past the hull. Listen to that sound. It is the sound of the present moment. It is the sound of the am without the I. As we conclude this part of our journey, do not be in a hurry to move. Do not be in a hurry to return to the world of names and things. Stay in this space of observation. The storm may return, for it is the nature of the mind to create weather. But the next time the wind picks up, you will remember the candle. You will remember the mountain. You will remember the mirror. You will know that the storm is not you. You will know that the tension is just a habit of the body, a habit that can be unlearned. The I is a story you have been telling yourself for a long time. It is a story with many chapters, many heroes, and many villains. But right now, in this stillness, the story has paused. The book is open to a blank page. There is no need to write anything on it. Just be the paper. Be the white, empty space that holds the ink. In that emptiness, there is no anxiety. In that emptiness, there is no I. There is only the soft, velvet curtain of the night, and the slow, steady rhythm of a world that knows how to rest. Let the words, I am, drift away once more. Do not finish the sentence. Do not say, I am peaceful, for even that is a story. Just be the am, the pure, wordless state of existence. The clouds are still there, but they are no longer yours. The weight is still there, but there is no one left to carry it. The restlessness is still there, but it is just a vibration in a vast, empty space. You are beginning to see that the I was never there to begin with, and in that realization, the seeds of tranquility continue to stir, growing stronger in the dark, cool soil of your soul. Feel the edges of your physical self beginning to blur. The air around you and the air inside you are the same air. The silence in the room and the silence in your mind are the same silence. There is no boundary. There is no wall. The storm was only the sound of you trying to maintain a wall that was never really there. Now that the wall is falling, the world is rushing in to meet you, and you are rushing out to meet the world. It is a beautiful reunion. It is the return of the drop to the ocean. Sleep now, or continue to sit in this gentle awareness. The night is long and the peace is deep. You have identified the source of the storm, and in doing so, you have taken away its power. The I is sleeping, the am is awake, and all is as it should be. The candle burns low, but the light remains. The rain falls softly, but the earth is dry. The mind is quiet, and the soul is free. You are the stillness. You are the peace. You are the nameless rest that waits at the end of every storm. Welcome back, weary traveler of the mind. You have journeyed through the heavy rains and the crashing thunder of the ego's resistance. You have felt the walls of the small self begin to crack and crumble, and you have seen that what you once thought was a fortress was merely a shadow cast by your own fear. Now, the storm has passed. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and the sweet, sharp clarity that follows a great cleansing. We stand together at the threshold of a new landscape. This is the phase of tranquility, the quiet sanctuary where the first light of awareness begins to touch the horizon of your soul. Here, there is no need to run, no need to hide, and no need to defend. There is only the soft, steady rhythm of the present moment. Let us step forward into the silence. The wooden gate of the temple sanctuary creaks open with a sound that is both ancient and welcoming. As you step across the threshold, the world behind you seems to dissolve into a soft, golden mist. The ground beneath your feet is no longer the jagged rock of the mountain path, but the cool, smooth surface of dark timber, polished by the footsteps of 1,000 seekers who came before you. You are walking along a covered veranda that circles a hidden garden, and the air here is still, held in a state of perfect balance. The light is the color of a pale pearl, the very first hint of dawn that arrives before the sun has even thought of rising. It is a light that does not demand to be seen, but rather reveals everything exactly as it is. You take a slow, deep breath, and the air feels like silk in your lungs, cool and refreshing, washing away the last lingering heat of the day's anxieties. To your left, the Zen garden stretches out in a sea of silver sand. It has been raked into perfect, concentric circles around a few weathered stones. You stop for a moment, resting your hand on a wooden pillar, and you look at those circles. Each line in the sand is a testament to patience. There is no beginning to the circles and no end. They simply are. You realize, as you watch the way the dim light catches the ridges of the sand, that your mind has often been like a stormy sea, tossing and turning with the waves of I want and I fear. But here, in this sanctuary, the sea has been stilled. The sand does not move, the rocks do not move. They sit in a state of profound suchness, content to be moss-covered and heavy, content to be exactly where the earth has placed them. You feel a resonance within your own chest, a mirroring of that stillness. The heavy weight you have been carrying, the weight of being someone, starts to feel lighter. You continue walking, your footsteps making no sound on the wood. The silence here is not an empty silence, it is a full silence, a living silence that hums with the energy of awareness. You pass a small bamboo fountain, a shishi odoshi, where a hollow branch slowly fills with water. You watch it, mesmerized by the slow, steady drip, drip, drip. The water flows from a hidden source, filling the bamboo until it becomes too heavy to hold its position. Then, with a sudden, graceful motion, it tips forward, spilling its contents into the stone basin below. It strikes a rock with a sharp, clear clack that echoes through the courtyard, and then returns to its original position to begin again. That sound, that singular clack, is the voice of the present moment. It cuts through the lingering thoughts of yesterday and the worries of tomorrow. It says, here. It says, now. You realize that your life is much like that bamboo branch. You spend so much time trying to hold on to things, trying to fill yourself up with achievements, titles, and stories, until the weight becomes unbearable. But the secret of the fountain is in the letting go. It is in the spilling out. Only by becoming empty can it be filled again. You move toward the center of the temple, where a large, open room awaits. The floor is covered in soft tatami mats that smell of dried grass and sunshine. In the center of the room, A single incense stick burns in a bronze bowl, its thin ribbon of smoke rising straight up into the rafters. There are no statues here, no ornate decorations to distract the eye. There is only the space. You sit down on a firm, round cushion, crossing your legs in a way that feels natural and stable. You rest your hands in your lap, one palm cradling the other, the tips of your thumbs lightly touching to form an oval. This is the mudra of cosmic mudra, a circle of energy that connects you to the universe. As you settle into this posture, you feel the alignment of your spine, like a string of pearls suspended from the heavens. Your shoulders drop away from your ears, your jaw softens. Your eyes half close, letting in just enough light. Remain present, but not enough to be distracted. Now, the real work begins, which is the work of doing nothing at all. You begin to observe the breath. You do not try to change it. You do not try to make it deeper or slower. You simply witness it. You feel the cool air enter your nostrils, the slight expansion of your chest, the rise and fall of your abdomen. It is a tide that comes in and goes out, governed by a wisdom far older than your conscious mind. As you watch the breath, a thought arises. Perhaps it is a thought about a task you forgot to do, or a memory of something someone said to you. In the past, you would have chased that thought. You would have grabbed hold of it and followed it down a long, winding tunnel of analysis and emotion. But here, in the sanctuary of tranquility, you do something different. You look at the thought, and you say to yourself, that is a thought. You do not judge it, you do not fight it. You simply watch it float by like a cloud in a vast blue sky. You begin to notice a strange and beautiful phenomenon. If there is a thought, and there is an observer who sees the thought, then who are you? Are you the thought? No, because the thought comes and goes while you remain. Are you the observer? You look closer at this observer, this eye that seems to be sitting behind your eyes, watching the world. You try to find the location of this eye. Is it in your head? Is it in your heart? As you search for it, you find that the eye is like the horizon. The closer you move toward it, the further it recedes. You realize that the eye is not a solid thing. It is not a bone or a muscle. It is a process. It is a story you have been telling yourself for a very long time. It is a collection of habits and labels. I am a teacher. I am a parent. I am a success. I am a failure. But beneath all those labels, there is something else. There is the awareness itself. The awareness is like the light in this temple. The light does not care if it shines on a beautiful flower or a pile of dust. It shines equally on both. It does not get dirty when it touches the floor. It does not get holy when it touches the incense. It is simply there, providing the space for everything to exist. You feel yourself shifting your identity from the things you observe to the awareness that observes them. This is the first light of awareness, the dawning of the realization that you are not the small, fragile ego that is constantly trying to protect itself. You are the vast, open space in which the ego arises. This realization brings a sense of peace so deep it feels like a physical weight lifting off your chest. You can finally stop performing. You can stop trying to be the person the world expects you to be. You can even stop trying to be the person you expect yourself to be. The silence in the room deepens. You can hear the distant sound of a bird waking up in the forest outside. The song is simple and clear, a few silver notes that hang in the air and then vanish. You realize that the bird is not singing for anyone. It is not trying to be a good singer. It is just singing because that is what it does. The bird and the song are one. In the same way, the breath and the breather are one. The observer and the observed are one. The boundary between you and the room begins to soften. You feel the air against your skin, and you cannot quite tell where your skin ends and the air begins. You feel the weight of your body on the cushion, and you cannot tell where the body ends and the earth begins. You are like a drop of ink falling into a bowl of clear water. At first, there is a distinct shape, a dark cloud of identity. But slowly, the ink spreads. It thins out. It weaves through the water in beautiful, intricate patterns until finally, the water is no longer clear, and the ink is no longer a drop. They have become one thing. In this state of tranquility, you look back at your anxieties, the ones that felt so mountain high just a short while ago. From this perspective, they look like tiny ripples on the surface of a great lake. They are not ignored, but they are seen for what they are, fleeting movements of energy. You see that your ego was like a captain of a ship who was so afraid of the ocean that he tried to build a wall around the boat. He spent all his time patching the leaks and shouting at the waves, never realizing that the boat was made of the same wood as the trees on the shore, and the water inside the boat was the same as the water outside. Now you have stopped shouting. You have put down the hammer and the nails. You are letting the boat sit quietly on the water, and you are realizing that the ocean is not your enemy. The ocean is what carries you. The incense stick has burned halfway down now. The ash falls silently into the bronze bowl, forming a soft grey mound. You watch the smoke, and you see how it curls and twists, never taking the same shape twice. It is perfectly comfortable with its own impermanence. It does not try to hold on to its shape. It flows with the slightest movement of the air. You let your mind be like that smoke. If a feeling of sadness arises, you let it curl and twist. You feel it fully, its texture and its temperature, and then you watch it dissipate. If a feeling of joy arises, you do the same. You do not grab it and try to bottle it up. You let it dance and then fade. You are becoming a master of the art of passing through. Nothing sticks to you anymore. You are like a mirror that reflects everything but keeps nothing. The mirror is not changed by the images that pass across its surface. Whether it reflects a mountain or a gutter, the mirror remains pure, silver, and still. You feel a warmth beginning to spread through your limbs. It is not the heat of effort, but the warmth of connection. You are connected to the floor, to the walls of the temple, to the trees outside, and to the stars that are still fading in the morning sky. You are connected to the ancestors who sat where you are sitting, and to the children who will sit here long after you are gone. This connection is not something you have to create, it is something you have to recognize. It has always been there, hidden under the noise of the I. The I is a lonely thing. It is always looking for ways to separate itself, to be special, to be different. But the awareness is a universal thing. It is the same awareness that looks out of the eyes of the bird, and the eyes of the stranger, and the eyes of the stars. In this sanctuary, you are resting in that universal awareness. The light in the garden has shifted. The pearl grey has turned to a soft, dusty rose. The first rays of the sun are hitting the tops of the cedar trees, turning the needles into flickering candles of green fire. You watch the light move down the trunks of the trees, inch by inch, revealing the rough texture of the bark and the delicate patterns of the lichen. You realize that the light does not hurry. It does not race to get to the bottom of the tree. It moves with a perfect, unhurried grace. You allow your own awareness to move with that same slowness. You are not in a hurry to reach enlightenment. You are not in a hurry to fall asleep. You are not in a hurry for the next chapter of your life to begin. You are perfectly content to be right here, in the transition, in the middle of the breath, in the middle of the dawn. As you sit, you feel a profound sense of gratitude. Not gratitude for anything in particular, but a general gratitude for the fact of existence itself. You are grateful for the capacity to feel the air, to hear the water, to see the light. You are grateful for the very ego that you are letting go of, for it was the ego that brought you here. It was the ego's suffering that pushed you to seek the peace of the sanctuary. You see the ego now as a kind of shell, like the shell of a seed. The shell is hard and protective, and it is necessary for a time. But for the seed to grow, the shell must break. The breaking of the shell is not a tragedy. It is the beginning of the flower. You are the flower, breaking through the shell of the eye, reaching for the light of the first awareness. The tranquility you feel now is not a fragile thing. It is not a peace that depends on the world being quiet. It is a peace that comes from knowing that you are the quiet. You are the stillness at the center of the wheel. The world can spin as fast as it wants, the seasons can change, the storms can return, but the center remains. You have found the center. You have stepped into the sanctuary of Zen, not as a visitor, but as the owner of the house. You have always lived here. You just forgot where you put the keys. But now the door is open, and the light is dawning. You feel your body becoming very heavy and very soft. The boundaries of your physical form are continuing to blur. You feel as though you are expanding, filling the room, filling the garden, filling the sky. There is no effort in this expansion. It is what happens naturally when you stop holding yourself in. You are like a breath that has been held for too long and is finally being released. The release is long and slow and sweet. You are letting go of the need to be a solid object in a world of objects. You are becoming the flow. You are becoming the light. You are becoming the silence. The Shishi Odoshi fountain clacks again. Clack! The sound is even more beautiful than before because there is no one there to judge it. There is only the hearing of the sound. There is the clack, and there is the silence that follows, and they are both part of the same music. You realize that your thoughts are the same. There is the thought, and there is the silence between the thoughts. You begin to pay more attention to the silence. The silence is the canvas on which the thoughts are painted. The canvas is always there, even when the painting is crowded and loud. You are the canvas. You stay in this state for a long time as the sun continues its slow climb. The shadows in the garden grow shorter and then disappear. The world is waking up, but you are resting in a different kind of wakefulness. It is a wakefulness that is as deep as sleep. It is the sleep of the ego and the awakening of the soul. You are stepping further and further into the quiet sanctuary, and the further you go, the more you realize that there is no end to it. The sanctuary has no walls, the quiet has no bottom. You are falling into the infinite peace of your own true nature. Your breath is now so shallow and so soft that it is like the movement of a butterfly's wing. Your heart is beating with a slow, steady pulse, a drumbeat of life that is perfectly synchronized with the pulse of the universe. You are not tired in the way you used to be, the exhaustion of the mind. You are simply ready to rest in the truth. The truth that you are not the one who struggles. You are the one who is at peace. You are not the one who is anxious. You are the one who is aware of the anxiety. And in that awareness, the anxiety has no place to stand. It dissolves like mist in the morning sun. As we conclude this phase of our journey, carry this light of awareness with you. It is not a candle that can be blown out. It is the sun itself, and it is always shining, even when the clouds of the ego temporarily hide it from view. You have seen the light now. You have felt the tranquility of the sanctuary. You know the way back. Whenever the world becomes too loud, whenever the I becomes too heavy, you only need to close your eyes and return to the breath. You only need to listen for the clack of the bamboo fountain in the garden of your mind. The incense stick has finally burned out. A tiny wisp of smoke lingers for a second and then vanishes into the clear air. The room is filled with light. You are filled with light. You are the light. Rest now in this tranquility. Let it soak into your bones and your blood. Let it wash over your memories and your dreams. You are safe. You are home. You are the quiet sanctuary of Zen. The first light of awareness has risen, and it will never set. Sleep now, or continue to sit in the golden glow of your own being. The journey continues, but for now, There is only this. There is only here. There is only now. And it is more than enough. It is everything. The transition from the world of noise to the world of silence is not a leap, but a slow and graceful unfolding. You have left the shore of your daily worries, and now you find yourself floating on a calm and mirror-like lake. The water is still, and the air is cool. As you breathe in, you feel the freshness of this new space. As you breathe out, you feel the weight of your identity slipping away, like a heavy cloak falling from your shoulders. We are entering the heart of tranquility. We are moving toward the core of the great mystery. In the traditions of Zen, there is a tool used to break the hard shell of the ego. It is called a koan. A koan is not a puzzle to be solved by the clever mind. It is a gate that cannot be opened with a key of logic. It is a question that stops the mind in its tracks and forces the heart to open. Tonight, we will walk together through an ancient story. We will sit with a seeker who lived many centuries ago, but whose heart beat with the same questions that beat in yours. Let us begin by noticing the silence that surrounds us now. It is a living silence. It is not the absence of sound, but the presence of peace. Imagine a mountain path. It is early morning, and the sun has not yet crested the jagged peaks of the eastern range. The world is bathed in a soft and silvery blue light. The path is made of old stones, worn smooth by the feet of thousands of pilgrims. On either side of the path, the tall cedars stand like silent guardians. Their needles are heavy with the morning dew, and every so often a single drop falls, hitting a broad leaf below with a soft and rhythmic thud. You are walking this path. Your footsteps are slow and deliberate. You feel the firmness of the earth beneath your sandals. You feel the slight chill of the mountain air against your skin. This is the path to the temple of the great master. You have come here because you are tired. You are tired of being yourself. You are tired of the constant chatter of the voice in your head that says, "I want this," or "I fear that." You are seeking the truth of who you are behind the name and the face and the history. As you climb higher, the mist begins to swirl around your ankles. It is like walking on clouds. The air grows thinner and purer. You can smell the scent of damp earth and pine resin and the faint trace of wood smoke from a distant hearth. Your breath becomes a steady rhythm, in and out, in and out. You are not just walking through the forest, you are the forest walking through itself. The boundary between your body and the trees seems to soften. The wind that moves the branches is the same wind that enters your lungs. The stillness of the stones is the same stillness that is beginning to settle in your mind. You reach a small wooden gate. It is old and weathered and covered in a fine layer of green moss. There is no lock on this gate. It is always open for those who are ready to enter. You step through and find yourself in a courtyard of white sand. The sand has been raked into perfect circles around a few large, dark rocks. The patterns look like ripples in a pond. They represent the movement of the universe in a state of perfect rest. In the center of the courtyard sits an old monk. He is sitting on a simple straw mat. His back is straight like a stalk of bamboo, and his eyes are half closed. He does not look up when you approach. He does not need to. He feels your presence as a tree feels the sunlight. You sit down across from him. The silence between you is deep and vast. It is a silence that contains everything. After a long time, the master speaks. His voice is low and resonant, like the sound of a distant bell. He asks you a single question. He says, "Show me your original face before your mother and father were born." This is the koan. This is the great question. You try to think of an answer. You think of your history. You think of your childhood. You think of your dreams. But the master shakes his head. "Not that face," he says. "That is the face of your memories. Show me the face that was there before the world began. Show me the face that will be there when the world ends. You close your eyes and try to look inward. You see a flicker of light behind your eyelids. You hear the sound of your own heart. You feel the pulse in your fingertips. You search for the I. You search for the person who is sitting here. You look for the one who thinks the thoughts. But as you look, you find that the thoughts are like clouds passing across a clear blue sky. The thoughts come and they go. They have no substance. They are not you. You look for the one who feels the emotions, but the emotions are like waves on the ocean. They rise and they fall. They are not you. You look for the body, but the body is a collection of elements. It is earth and water and fire and air. It is constantly changing. It is not a solid thing. It is a process. Where is the I? Where is the center? You look deeper and deeper. You peel away the layers of your personality, like the skin of an onion. You peel away your name. You peel away your job. You peel away your roles as a son or a daughter or a friend. You peel away your likes and your dislikes. The deeper you go, the more the silence grows. You are entering a space where words cannot follow. It is a space of pure awareness. It is like standing at the edge of a great canyon and looking down into the infinite depth. You feel a sense of vertigo. The ego is afraid. The ego wants to hold on to something. It wants to say, "But I am here. I am the one who is looking." But even that thought is just another cloud. Even the observer is part of the word observation. You let go of the need to find an answer. You let go of the need to be someone. You simply sit in the middle of the question. Show me your original face. The master is still sitting there. He is as still as a mountain. You realize that he is not waiting for a verbal answer. He is waiting for you to become the answer. He is waiting for you to dissolve. The sun begins to rise over the peaks. The light hits the white sand of the courtyard, and it glows with a blinding radiance. The shadows of the rocks lengthen and then shorten. A bird lands on a branch nearby and sings a clear and liquid song. The sound of the bird is not outside of you. It is happening within the space of your awareness. There is no distance between the listener and the song. There is only the hearing. There is no distance between the seer and the light. There is only the seeing. You realize that the I is a wall you have built around yourself to feel safe. But the wall is also a prison. It keeps the world out, and it keeps you in. When the wall falls, there is no inside and there is no outside. There is only the vast and open sky. There is only the flow of life. You look at the master and you see that he is not a separate person. He is a mirror. He is showing you the emptiness that is also fullness. He is showing you that you are not the wave, you are the ocean. The wave thinks it is separate. It thinks it is born and it thinks it will die. It is afraid of the other waves. It is proud of its height. It is ashamed of its weakness. But when the wave realizes it is water, it loses its fear. It knows that it cannot be lost. It knows that it is part of everything. You breathe in and you feel the ocean of life entering you. You breathe out and you return to the ocean. The breath is the bridge. The breath is the reminder that you are always connected. You are never alone. You are never separate. The master smiles. It is a small and gentle smile. He reaches out and pours a cup of tea. The tea is hot and the steam rises in delicate patterns. He hands the cup to you. You take it with both hands. You feel the warmth of the ceramic against your palms. You smell the earthy fragrance of the leaves. You take a sip. The taste is bitter and then sweet. It is the taste of the present moment. It is the taste of reality. There is no I who is drinking the tea. There is only the drinking. There is only the warmth. There is only the taste. This is the sudden insight. This is the breakthrough. The original face is not a thing you can find. It is the state of being without a self. It is the purity of the mirror before it reflects an image. It is the silence before the first word is spoken. You sit in this realization for a long time. The day passes in a blur of light and shadow. You are no longer counting the minutes. You are no longer waiting for anything. You are simply here. The mountain is here. The trees are here. The master is here. And yet there is no one here. There is only the great suchness of the world. Everything is exactly as it should be. The moss is green, the sand is white, the tea is warm. This is the peace that passes all understanding. This is the tranquility of the core. You have let go of the burden of being someone. You have returned to the source. You have found the home you never truly left. As the evening begins to fall, the master stands up. He bows to you, and you bow to him. No words are exchanged, no words are needed. You walk back down the mountain path. The stones are still there, the cedars are still there, the mist is still there. But you are different. Or rather, the illusion of you has vanished. You walk with a lightness you have never known. You walk as if you are being carried by the wind. Every step is a prayer. Every breath is a blessing. You are no longer a seeker. You are the path. You are the mountain. You are the light of the setting sun. When you return to your room, you lie down on your bed. You feel the softness of the pillows and the weight of the blankets. You listen to the sound of your own breathing. It is slow and deep and effortless. You are no longer trying to achieve anything. You are no longer trying to solve the koan. The koan has solved you. It has dissolved the knots in your heart. It has cleared the fog from your mind. You are drifting now. You are drifting into a deeper state of relaxation. The world is fading away. The images and the stories are dissolving. There is only the dark and quiet space of the night. Think of the ego as a piece of ice floating in the warm water of the ocean. For a while, the ice feels solid and separate. It has its own shape. It has its own boundaries. It thinks it is an individual. But the sun shines and the water swirls, and slowly the ice begins to melt. It does not disappear, it simply changes form. It becomes the water, it becomes the ocean. It loses its edges, but it gains the infinity of the sea. This is what is happening to you now. You are melting. You are losing your edges. You are becoming the vastness of the universe. There is no longer a you to be anxious. There is no longer a you to be afraid. There is only the peace of the deep water. There is only the stillness of the midnight sky. In this state of tranquility, the mind becomes like a still lake. When the water is disturbed by the wind of thoughts, the reflection of the moon is broken and distorted. We see only fragments of the truth. We see a world of pieces and parts. But when the wind stops and the water becomes perfectly still, the moon is reflected with perfect clarity. We see the world as it is. We see the beauty and the harmony of all things. We see that everything is interconnected. We see that there is no separation between the flower and the sun, or the rain and the earth, or you and the divine. You are the reflection, and you are the moon, and you are the water. You are all of it. Let this insight soak into your bones. Let it settle in the marrow of your being. You do not need to hold on to it. You do not need to remember it. It is your natural state. It is the truth of your existence. Just as the birds do not need to learn how to fly, and the flowers do not need to learn how to bloom, you do not need to learn how to be your original face. You only need to stop pretending to be something else. You only need to stop hiding behind the mask of the ego. You only need to relax and let the truth reveal itself. The night is deep now. The stars are shining in the sky like diamonds on black velvet. They are millions of miles away, and yet they are right here in your eyes. The light from those stars has traveled through the void for thousands of years just to reach you. You are part of that light. You are made of the same stardust. You are a child of the cosmos. The universe is not something outside of you. It is something that is happening within you. Every atom in your body was once forged in the heart of a dying star. You are the way the universe looks at itself. You are the way the universe feels itself. You are the way the universe loves itself. Rest in this belonging. Feel the safety of being held by the entire creation. There is nothing you can do to lose this. There is nothing you can do to earn it. It is your birthright. It is the gift of life. As you move closer to sleep, let the story of the Master and the koan become a dream. Let the mountain path lead you into the valleys of rest. Let the sound of the temple bell fade into the silence of your soul. You are sinking deeper and deeper into the cushion of the night. The gravity of peace is pulling you down into the soft and dark earth of slumber. In the silence of the core, there is no time. There is no past to regret. There is no future to fear. There is only the eternal now. This moment is the only moment that has ever existed. This moment is the only moment that will ever exist. In this moment, you are perfect. In this moment, you are whole. In this moment, you are free. The illusion of the I has been seen for what it is. It is a ghost. It is a shadow. It has no power over you. You are the light that shines through the shadow. You are the reality that remains when the ghost vanishes. As you breathe out, say to yourself, I am not this body. As you breathe in, say to yourself, I am not these thoughts. As you breathe out, say to yourself, I am not these feelings. As you breathe in, say to yourself, I am, just I am. Without a name, without a story, without a limit. Just the pure and simple presence of being. This is the tranquility of the Zen mind. This is the peace of the Buddha. This is the silence of the Tao. It is the source of all creativity. It is the source of all compassion. It is the source of all joy. The room is quiet. The house is quiet. The world is quiet. The only thing moving is the gentle rise and fall of your chest. You are like a leaf floating on a slow-moving river. The river knows where it is going. You do not need to steer. You do not need to paddle. You only need to trust the current. The current of life will take you where you need to be. It will take you through the night and into the dawn. It will take you through the dreams and into the awakening. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. The koan is solved. The question has been answered by the silence. Your original face is the face of the universe itself. It is the face of the stars and the face of the trees and the face of the water. It is the face of every being you have ever met and every being you will ever meet. It is the face of love. It is the face of peace. It is your face. Look at it and smile. Look at it and rest. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to seek. You have arrived. You are here. You are now. Let the light of this insight guide you into the deepest levels of relaxation. Let it wash away the last traces of tension from your muscles. Let it smooth the lines of your forehead and soften the corners of your mouth. Your body is becoming light. Your mind is becoming clear. Your heart is becoming open. You are a vessel of peace. You are a sanctuary of stillness. The journey of the day is over. The journey of the night is beginning. It is a journey into the heart of the mystery. It is a journey into the arms of the infinite. Sleep now in the knowledge that you are more than you ever imagined. Sleep now in the freedom of having no self to defend and no ego to protect. You are the vast and empty sky. You are the deep and silent ocean. You are the eternal and unchanging light. Everything is well. Everything is at rest. The lotus is blooming in the garden of your soul, and its fragrance is filling the world. Listen to the whisper of the wind. Listen to the rhythm of the rain. Listen to the silence of the stars. They are all telling you the same thing. You are home. You are home. You are home. The master on the mountain is still sitting there. He is sitting within you. He is the part of you that is always awake and always still. He is the part of you that knows the truth. He is the part of you that is never born and never dies. Turn toward him and find your rest. Let go of the world. Let go of the I. Let go of the story. There is only this breath. There is only this moment. There is only this peace. The golden glow of your own being is all the light you need. It will shine through the night, and it will greet you in the morning. But for now, there is only the darkness and the silence and the deep and beautiful sleep. As the words fade into the quiet, let the feeling of the story remain. Let the image of the white sand and the dark rocks stay in your mind. Let the taste of the warm tea linger on your tongue. Let the question of the original face echo softly in your heart. It is not a question to be answered, but a state to be lived. You are living it now. You are the tranquility of the core. You are the sudden insight. You are the zen of the night. Sleep now. Sleep in the light of the truth. Sleep in the peace of the void. You are the one who is dreaming, and you are the dream itself. And all is well. All is perfectly well. The path is gone. The temple is gone. The master is gone. There is only the breathing. There is only the silence. There is only the deep and dreamless sleep. You are the silence. You are the sleep. You are the peace. Rest now. Rest in the heart of the lotus. Rest in the whisper of the light. The journey continues, but you have already arrived. You have always been here. You have always been this. You are the original face of the world. And it is beautiful. It is more than enough. It is everything. Welcome back to the quiet center of your being. You have traveled through the mists of the valley and climbed the steep steps of your own resistance. Now you find yourself standing in a place where the air is thin and sweet, and the heavy weight of the world has begun to dissolve. You are no longer the person who started this journey. That person was a collection of stories and worries and names. That person was a traveler seeking a destination. But here, in the high courtyard of the Temple of the Soul, there is no destination left to reach. There is only the presence of this moment. You are breathing. You are sitting. You are simply here. The path behind you has faded into the blue shadows of the mountains, and the path ahead is a clear mirror reflecting the infinite sky. You have entered the phase of tranquility. This is the stage where the water becomes so still that you can see the white pebbles at the bottom of the lake. This is where we begin to clean the mirror of the soul. This is where we find the beauty that lives in the silence between your thoughts. The sun is beginning to rise over the edge of the eastern peaks. It is not a sudden or harsh light, but a soft and golden glow that touches the tops of the pine trees first. You are standing in a stone courtyard that has been worn smooth by the feet of thousands of monks who came before you. The stone is cool beneath your feet. It is a solid and grounding sensation. In your hands, you hold a broom made of dried bamboo twigs. It is light and flexible, and it feels like an extension of your own arms. Your task is simple. You are here to sweep the courtyard. You are here to clear away the fallen leaves and the fine dust that has settled during the night. As you move the broom across the stone, listen to the sound it makes. It is a rhythmic and soothing sound. It is a dry and crisp whisper that says, "Hush," and then says, "Peace." With every stroke of the broom, you are not just moving physical leaves. You are sweeping the corridors of your mind. Look at the dust. It is so fine that it is almost invisible until the light catches it. This dust is the ego. It is the thin layer of I and me and mine that settles over the reality of your true nature. It is the labels you have accepted. It is the titles you have earned. It is the mistakes you have regretted. It is the expectations you have for the future. It is the identity you have built out of the memories of the past. All of it is just dust. It is not the stone, it is not the floor, it is just something that has landed there. As you sweep, you watch a single brown leaf tumble across the grey surface. It is fragile and dry. It represents a thought that has finished its life. Instead of clinging to it, you move it toward the edge of the courtyard. You do not judge the leaf for being brown. You do not ask why it fell. You simply observe its movement and allow it to go back to the earth. Your breath has found a natural rhythm with the movement of your arms. Inhale as you lift the broom. Exhale as you push it across the stone. There is no hurry. There is no place you need to be. The courtyard is large and the task seems endless, but in the state of tranquility, there is no such thing as a task. There is only the movement. There is only the sound. There is only the feeling of the wind on your neck. You notice a small bird landing on the roof of the meditation hall. It chirps once and then is silent. That silence is what we are looking for. It is not an empty silence. It is a full and vibrant silence. It is the silence that exists between the notes of a song. It is the silence that allows the song to be heard. Between the sound of your broom hitting the stone and the next sound of the broom hitting the stone, there is a tiny gap. Focus on that gap. That is where the soul breathes. That is where the mirror is clean. Now leave the broom leaning against the weathered wooden pillar of the hall. Walk slowly toward the center of the building. Inside, the air is cool and smells of old cedar and faint sandalwood. In the center of the room stands a large bronze mirror. It is ancient and heavy. It has been polished for centuries. When you look into it, you do not see a clear reflection at first. You see a blur of light and shadow. This mirror is the symbol of your consciousness. For many years, you have thought that the images in the mirror were who you are. You thought you were the face. You thought you were the expression. You thought you were the aging skin and the tired eyes. But the mirror itself does not change. Whether it reflects a beautiful flower or a storm cloud, the mirror remains unchanged. It is pure. It is clear. It is silent. Take a soft white cloth and dip it into a bowl of clear spring water. The water is cold and it wakes up your senses. As you squeeze the cloth, you feel the water running through your fingers. It is a simple sensation, but it is profound. This is life. This is the reality of the present. Now reach out and touch the surface of the mirror with the damp cloth. Start at the top and move in slow and circular motions. As you wipe away the film of time, you begin to see the world more clearly. You see the reflection of the doorway behind you. You see the garden outside. You see the light of the morning sun. But most importantly, you see the space. The ego tells you that you are the center of the universe. It tells you that your thoughts are the most important things in the world. It creates a wall of noise that prevents you from hearing the whisper of the truth. But as you clean the mirror, the noise begins to fade. You realize that thoughts are like the clouds passing over the surface of the water. They appear and they disappear. They have no substance. They have no power over the water itself. You are the water. You are the mirror. You are the vast and open sky that holds everything, but is held by nothing. Pause for a moment and look at the reflection of your eyes in the bronze surface. Look past the color of the iris. Look past the shape of the lid. Look into the blackness of the pupil. What do you see there? You see a witness. You see the one who is observing. This observer has no name. This observer has no age. This observer is not worried about tomorrow. This observer is not mourning yesterday. This observer is simply being. This is the silence between thoughts. When a thought arises like, "I am tired," or "I am worried," simply watch it arrive. Do not push it away. Do not try to stop it. Just watch it appear on the surface of the mirror, and then watch it fade. As it fades, notice the space it leaves behind. That space is your true home. That space is tranquility. The cleaning of the mirror is not a chore. It is an act of love. You are stripping away everything that is not you so that what remains can shine. Imagine that every worry you have ever had is a smudge on this glass. With every circle of your hand, you are dissolving those smudges. You are dissolving the idea that you are separate from the world. You are dissolving the idea that you are a small and lonely island. As the mirror becomes cleaner, the boundaries between you and the reflection begin to blur. You realize that the light in the mirror is the same as the light in the room. There is no inside and there is no outside. There is only the light. Now sit down on the woven straw mat in front of the mirror. Close your eyes halfway. Let your gaze be soft and unfocused. Do not look at anything in particular. Just let the world enter your vision. Listen to the sounds of the temple. A distant bell rings. The sound travels through the air and enters your ears, and then it ripples through your body like a stone thrown into a pond. The sound comes from silence, and it returns to silence. Your thoughts are the same. They emerge from the vast silence of your soul, and they return to it. You are the silence that births the sound. You are the stillness that allows the movement. Feel the weight of your body on the mat. Feel the gravity of the earth pulling you down. You are part of the earth. You are made of the same atoms as the stars and the mountains and the trees. The ego tries to convince you that you are a fragile and temporary thing, but the silence between your thoughts tells a different story. It tells you that you are eternal. It tells you that you are the witness of all things. When you let go of the I, you do not disappear. You expand. You become the wind. You become the light. You become the very air you breathe. Think of a river. The water is always moving. It flows over rocks and around bends. It is never the same from one second to the next. If you try to grab a handful of water and say, "This is the river," the water will slip through your fingers and the river will continue to flow. Your life is that river. Your ego is the hand trying to grab the water. It wants to hold on. It wants to define. It wants to stay the same. But tranquility comes when you stop trying to grab the water. Tranquility comes when you jump into the river and let it carry you. You do not need to swim. You do not need to struggle. The river knows where it is going. The river is the path, and you are the river. In this deep state of peace, you can see the beauty of the silence. It is not a cold or lonely silence. It is a warm and inviting silence. It is like the silence of a forest after a fresh snowfall. Everything is muffled and soft. The sharp edges of the world have been rounded off. Your mind is like that forest. The snow of tranquility has fallen and covered the jagged rocks of your anxieties. Everything is white and pure and still. In this stillness, you can hear the heartbeat of the universe. It is a slow and steady pulse. It is the same pulse that moves the tides and rotates the planets. You are in sync with that pulse. You are breathing with the cosmos. As you sit there, the sun rises higher. The shadows in the temple hall shorten. The light becomes more intense, but you remain cool and calm. You are the center of the hurricane. The world may spin around you, and people may shout, and things may break. But at your core, there is a mirror that cannot be scratched. There is a silence that cannot be broken. This is the secret of the Zen masters. They did not find a way to escape the world. They found the silence within the world. They cleaned the mirror so thoroughly that the mirror itself seemed to vanish. Imagine now that you are walking out of the temple hall and back into the garden. The garden is a masterpiece of simplicity. There are a few carefully placed stones. There is some raked sand. There is a single maple tree with leaves that are just beginning to turn red. You walk to the edge of a small pond. The water is so clear that you can see the golden carp swimming slowly near the bottom. They move with an effortless grace. They do not seem to be trying to get anywhere. They are just being fish. They are just moving through the water. Be like the fish. Move through your life without the friction of the ego. Do not fight the currents. Do not argue with the rocks. Just flow. Look at the surface of the pond. A single water strider skims across the top. It leaves tiny circular ripples that spread out and out until they touch the mossy banks. Your thoughts are those ripples. They are small and they are temporary. They do not disturb the depth of the pond. They only touch the surface. You are the depth. You are the cool and dark water where the carp sleep. You are the ancient mud at the bottom. You are the moss on the stones. When you realize this, the illusion of the eye begins to melt away. You are not the ripple. You are the pond. The silence between your thoughts is getting longer now. It is like the space between the stars. It is vast and dark and full of potential. In that space, there is no fear. Fear requires a self to be afraid. Fear requires a future to worry about. But in the silence, there is only the present. And in the present, everything is exactly as it should be. The leaf falls when it is time. The bird sings when it is time. The sun rises when it is time. You are part of this perfect timing. You are not a mistake. You are not a failure. You are a natural phenomenon, like a thunderstorm or a blooming flower. Let your mind rest in this realization. Let the muscles in your face soften. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your hands rest loosely in your lap. You are cleaning the mirror of the soul by doing nothing at all. You are cleaning it by simply allowing the dust to fall away. You are cleaning it by stopping the constant scrubbing and the constant striving. When you stop trying to be someone, you finally become who you actually are. You are the radiance that remains when the ego is silent. The beauty of this silence is that it is always available to you. You do not need to be in a temple. You do not need to be on a mountain. You can find this silence in the middle of a crowded street. You can find it in the middle of a difficult conversation. It is the background of your life. It is the canvas on which the movie of your existence is projected. The movie can be a tragedy, or a comedy, or an adventure, but the canvas remains white and still. You are the canvas. As the morning progresses, the temple begins to wake up. You hear the distant sound of a wooden clapper calling the monks to their meal. You hear the rustle of robes. But these sounds do not pull you out of your tranquility. They are just more ripples on the pond. They are just more reflections in the mirror. You can hear them and still remain in the silence. You can move and still remain in the stillness. This is the true meaning of cleaning the mirror. It is not about making the mirror perfect. It is about realizing that the mirror is already perfect and that the dust never really touched it in the first place. Your ego is a story you have been telling yourself for a long time. It is a story with a beginning and a middle and an eventual end. But stories are just words. They are just sequences of thoughts. Behind the story, there is the storyteller, and the storyteller is silent. The storyteller is the void. The storyteller is the light. As you prepare to move deeper into the night and toward the land of sleep, carry this tranquility with you. It is your natural state. It is your birthright. The mirror is clean now. Not because you worked hard to wash it, but because you realized that the dirt was only an illusion. The reflection is clear. You see the world as it is, without the filters of judgment and desire. You see the beauty in the simple things, the way the light hits the moss, the way the air feels in your lungs, the way the silence tastes. It is a sweet and cool taste, like water from a mountain spring. Slowly, very slowly, begin to let go of even the idea of tranquility. Let go of the idea of the mirror. Let go of the idea of the silence. If you cling to the silence, it becomes another ego. If you cling to the peace, it becomes another burden. Just let everything be. Let the thoughts come and let them go. Let the sounds come and let them go. You are the open window through which the wind blows. You do not try to catch the wind. You do not try to stop the wind. You just stay open. You are drifting now. The boundaries of your body are feeling soft and porous. You are merging with the shadows of the temple hall. You are merging with the scent of the cedar wood. You are merging with the slow and steady breath of the world. The I has become a we, and the we has become an all. There is no one left to be anxious. There is no one left to be tired. There is only the flowing. There is only the being. The mirror of the soul is shining with a light that does not come from the sun. It is an inner light. It is the light of awareness. It is the light that shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. This light is your guide. It will lead you through the dreams of the night and into the clarity of the morning. But for now, there is only the rest. There is only the deep and satisfying peace of a soul that has found its way home. The silence between your thoughts is a lullaby. It is a song without words. It is a melody that has been playing since the beginning of time. Listen to it. Let it wrap around you like a warm blanket. Let it pull you down into the soft and welcoming depths of sleep. You have cleaned the mirror. You have found the beauty. You have let go of the ego. You are free. The temple is quiet. The garden is still. The mirror reflects the stars. You are the stars. You are the mirror. You are the silence. Sleep now, in the heart of the tranquility you have discovered. Sleep in the knowledge that you are everything and you are nothing, and that both are perfectly fine. All is well. All is still. All is silent. The mirror is clear and the soul is at rest. Sleep, sleep, sleep. You have arrived at the threshold of a great mystery. The silence you have cultivated is not an empty void, but a fertile ground where the seeds of true peace can finally take root. As you lie here, or sit in the stillness of this moment, you are like a leaf that has finished its dance in the wind and has finally come to rest upon the damp, fragrant earth. The journey from the heights of the mind to the depths of the body is a descent into the heart of reality. You are no longer fighting the current. You are the current. You are no longer seeking the shore. You are the ocean. In this space, the heavy armor you have worn for so long, the armor of the self, begins to feel unnecessary. It is time to unburden yourself. It is time to let the earth carry what you have tried to carry alone. The floor beneath you is more than just a surface. It is the beginning of the world. Feel the points of contact where your heels touch the ground. Notice the weight of your calves as they sink into the softness of the mat or the firmness of the floor. There is a profound honesty in gravity. It does not ask for your permission. It does not care about your titles, your achievements, or your regrets. It simply pulls you toward the center of the earth with a love that is constant and unwavering. Imagine that the floor is becoming porous, like the surface of a forest floor after a gentle rain. Your body is heavy, but it is a comfortable heaviness. It is the weight of a stone that has found its place in the bed of a river. You are settling. You are arriving. You are beginning to merge with the foundation of all things. Consider the feet that have carried you through so many days. They have walked through the dust of many paths and the noise of many cities. Now, they are still. Imagine the skin of your feet becoming soft and translucent. The boundaries between your skin and the air, and between your skin and the ground, are beginning to blur. You can feel the coolness of the earth rising up to meet you. It is a cool, dark energy that smells of ancient moss and wet stone. As your feet relax, the very molecules of your bones seem to loosen their grip on one another. You are not just lying on the earth, you are beginning to return to it. The minerals in your bones are the same minerals found in the mountains. The salt in your blood is the same salt found in the sea. There is no separation. There is only a temporary gathering of elements that we have mistakenly called a person. Let this sensation of melting travel upward into your legs. Feel the large muscles of the thighs, those powerful engines of movement, finally surrendering their tension. They have worked so hard to move you toward your goals, to run from your fears, to stand tall in the face of the world. Now, they have nothing to do. They are like heavy ropes that have been untied and allowed to coil loosely on the deck of a ship. The tension drains out of them like water soaking into the sand. You can feel the marrow inside the bone, a deep and hidden core, vibrating with the pulse of the planet. There is a slow, rhythmic throb that matches the heartbeat of the world. It is a low frequency, a deep hum that you can feel more than you can hear. It tells you that you are safe. It tells you that you are home. As the lower half of your body dissolves into the earth, your awareness moves to the base of your spine. This is the root, the place where you connect to the ancestral memory of the land. Imagine that from this point, thin, silver threads of light are beginning to grow downward, deep into the soil. They reach through the floor, through the foundations of the house, and into the dark, rich loam beneath. These roots are seeking the moisture and the wisdom of the deep earth. They wrap around ancient stones and drink from hidden springs. You are being anchored. You are being nourished by the silence of the underground. The more you let go, the deeper these roots grow. The deeper they grow, the more stable you feel. You are as solid as an ancient cedar tree, yet as fluid as the mist that clings to its branches. Now, bring your attention to your hips and your lower back. This is often where we store the weight of our responsibilities, the burdens we think we must carry to be who we are. Feel the muscles around the sacrum and the lumbar spine softening. It is as if you are lying in a pool of warm, liquid light. The light dissolves the knots of tension. It washes away the stories you tell yourself about what you must do and who you must be. The ego is a storyteller, and it loves to tell the story of the one who carries the world. But the world does not need you to carry it. The world is carrying you. Can you feel it? Can you feel the massive, silent rotation of the earth beneath you? You are a passenger on a great journey through the stars, and for this moment, you don't even have to hold on. The earth holds you. The relaxation moves into your belly, the soft center of your being. This is the place of breath and emotion. Often we hold this area tight, guarding ourselves against the world. But here, in the safety of the temple of your own skin, you can let the belly be soft. Let it rise and fall like the gentle swell of a calm harbor. Each breath is a wave that comes from the infinite and returns to the infinite. There is no one breathing. There is only breathing happening. The air enters the lungs, the oxygen enters the blood, and the carbon dioxide leaves the body. It is a perfect, effortless exchange. You are a part of the great respiration of the forest. The trees breathe out what you breathe in, and you breathe out what the trees breathe in. In this exchange, where is the I? Where is the boundary? You are a knot in the net of life, and the net is breathing through you. Listen to the sounds within your body. Perhaps you can hear the faint, rhythmic drumming of your heart. It is a drum that has been beating since before you were born, a drum that will one day fall silent. But for now, it is the song of life. Let the heart be soft. Let the chest open like the petals of a lotus flower at dawn. The ribcage is not a cage, but a flexible cradle for the heart and lungs. Feel the spaces between the ribs expanding. Feel the back of your heart resting against the ground. The ego likes to believe it is the captain of the ship, but the heart knows it is the ship itself, and the ocean, and the wind. As the chest relaxes, the need to protect yourself, to defend your image, to project a certain self to the world, simply evaporates like morning dew. Your shoulders are the wings of your soul, but often they are heavy with the weight of invisible wings. Let them drop. Let them sink deep into the earth. The tension in the tops of the shoulders, the tightness in the neck, it all flows down your arms and out through your fingertips. Imagine that your arms are like two branches of a willow tree dipping into a cool stream. The water flows over them, washing away the grit and the grime of the day. Your hands, which have grasped so many things, are now open and empty. An open hand can receive everything. A closed fist can receive nothing. Releasing the grip of the ego is like opening your hand after a long day of holding a heavy stone. The relief is instantaneous. The palm is soft. The fingers are relaxed. There is nothing to hold on to. There is nothing to lose. The neck and the throat are the bridges between the heart and the head. Often, this bridge is narrow and congested with unspoken words and suppressed feelings. Let the throat be wide and clear. Let the jaw hang loose. The teeth are not touching. The tongue is resting softly on the floor of the mouth. The face, the mask we show to the world, is beginning to melt. We spend so much energy maintaining our facial expressions, making sure we look the way we think we should look. But here, in the darkness of your inner vision, there is no one to look at you. You can let the forehead be smooth. You can let the tiny muscles around the eyes release their vigil. The eyes sink back into their sockets, looking inward toward the vast, quiet space of the mind. Now, consider the skull, the vessel of the brain. The brain is a marvelous organ, but it is not you. It is a tool, like a loom that weaves thoughts. But you are the one who watches the weaving. You are the space in which the thoughts appear and disappear. Imagine the scalp loosening. Imagine the brain itself becoming soft and cool. The fire of thought is being replaced by the coolness of moonlight. The ego is the loudest thought in the room. It is the thought that says, I am this, I am that, I am better, I am worse. But as the body dissolves into the earth, this thought begins to lose its power. It becomes like a faint whisper in a distant room. It is a sound, nothing more. It is a ripple on the surface of a deep lake. The lake is still. The ripple is gone. You are now a landscape. Your body is no longer a solid object with sharp edges. You are the rolling hills of your torso. You are the deep valleys of your limbs. You are the quiet caves of your inner organs. The earth and the body have become one. You can feel the coolness of the soil deep within your chest. You can feel the warmth of the sun on the surface of your skin, even in the dark. You are the minerals, the water, the air, and the heat. You are the four elements dancing together in a temporary form. This form is beautiful, but it is not a prison. It is a temple. And like all temples, it is made of the earth and will one day return to the earth. There is a great peace in this realization. You do not have to fight to exist. You exist because the universe is existing through you. The ego is a contraction. It is a tightening of the mind and body around a central point. It is like a knot in a piece of silk. When the knot is tight, the silk cannot flow. But as you relax, as you truly let go, the knot begins to loosen. The silk begins to straighten out. You are the silk. You are the smoothness. You are the flow. The illusion of the I is the illusion that the knot is the silk, but the knot is just a temporary condition. The silk is the reality. As you lie here, feel the knot of your selfhood unraveling. You are expanding. You are spreading out across the floor, through the walls, into the garden, and up into the sky. You are the wind in the bamboo. You are the scent of the pine needles. You are the distant sound of a bell. In the Zen tradition, there is a saying, "When the bell rings, there is no bell and no listener, only the ringing." In this state of deep relaxation, there is no body and no observer, only the feeling. There is no thought and no thinker, only the awareness. This awareness is your true home. It is older than your name. It is deeper than your personality. It is the silence that remains when the music stops. It is the space that remains when the objects are removed. You are that space. You are that silence. The ego is a ghost that haunts the house of the mind, but when you turn on the light of pure awareness, the ghost vanishes. There was never anyone there to begin with. There was only a collection of habits, memories, and fears that we mistook for a solid self. Let yourself sink even deeper now. The earth is inviting you to go further. Imagine you are sinking through the layers of time. You are passing through the layer of the fallen leaves, through the layer of the rich black soil, through the layer of clay and sand, down into the ancient bedrock. The bedrock is stable. It has been here for millions of years. It has seen the rise and fall of mountains. It has seen the coming and going of countless seasons. It is unmoved by the storms on the surface. As you merge with the bedrock, you find a stillness that is absolute. It is a stillness that cannot be disturbed. It is the peace of the deep earth. You are part of the mountain. You are part of the planet. You are part of the silent, spinning dance of the cosmos. The grip of the ego is the grip of a drowning man on a piece of driftwood. But you have realized that the driftwood is not necessary because you are the water. You cannot drown in yourself. You cannot lose what you are. You can only lose what you have, and you have nothing. You are everything. This is the great paradox of the Zen path. By becoming nothing, you inherit the universe. By letting go of the small I, you discover the great I that is the life of all things. The body is now so relaxed that it feels as light as a shadow. A shadow has no weight. A shadow cannot be hurt. A shadow moves perfectly with the light. You are the shadow of the divine, moving in perfect harmony with the light of the truth. The breath has become so subtle that it is like the finest thread of silk. It is barely there, yet it is the link that connects you to the world of form. With each exhale, you release a little more of the old identity. You release the need to be right. You release the need to be seen. You release the need to be safe. You are already safe because there is nothing to protect. The void is your shield. The emptiness is your strength. The more you dissolve, the more you are filled with a quiet, radiant joy. It is not the joy of excitement, but the joy of relief. It is the joy of a bird that has been released from a cage. The bird does not need to know where it is going. It only needs to know that the sky is vast and that its wings are free. The room around you has faded away. The world of objects and names has become a distant memory. You are floating in a sea of pure sensation. There is a warmth in the center of your chest, a soft glow that radiates outward. This is the light of the unborn mind, the mind that was never born and will never die. It is the light that shines in the eyes of every living being. It is the light that illuminates the stars. You are that light. The body is just a lantern. The ego is just a film of dust on the glass. As the body dissolves and the ego releases its grip, the light shines more brightly. It fills the room. It fills the universe. There is no inside and no outside. There is only the light. You are now ready to enter the deepest state of rest. The physical body is a quiet landscape, resting in the moonlight. The mind is a clear mirror, reflecting the infinite. The ego has surrendered its throne and has become a humble servant of the silence. There is nothing left to do. There is nowhere left to go. You are already there. You have always been there. The journey was just a way of remembering. The relaxation is not something you are doing. It is something you are being. You are the state of relaxation itself. You are the peace that passes all understanding. As the final traces of the self dissolve into the earth, you feel a profound sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the body that has served you. Gratitude for the earth that supports you. Gratitude for the silence that welcomes you. You are like a drop of rain that has fallen into the ocean. For a moment there was a drop. Now there is only the ocean. The drop has not disappeared, it has become the entire sea. It can feel the tides, it can feel the deep currents, it can feel the whales singing in the dark. It is no longer small and separate. It is vast and eternal. This is the end of the struggle. This is the beginning of the rest. Sleep is now a gentle tide that is rising to meet you. It is a soft, dark, velvet curtain that is being drawn across the world. You do not need to reach for it. It is already here. It is wrapping itself around you, tucking you into the folds of the infinite. The earth is your bed, the stars are your blanket, the silence is your song. You are the earth, you are the stars, you are the silence. Everything is as it should be. The mirror is clear, the ego is gone, the soul is at rest. You are free to drift into the deepest, most healing sleep you have ever known. The world will be there when you wake, but you will not be the same. You will be the one who knows the truth. You will be the one who has touched the earth and found the stars. Sleep now. Sleep in the heart of the great peace. Sleep in the arms of the mother. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Welcome back to this sacred space of stillness. You have traveled through the shadows of anxiety and found the quiet clearing of tranquility. Now, we move deeper into the heart of relaxation. We are here to taste the nectar of wisdom. In this chapter, we explore how the struggles of your life are not walls, but rather the very stones that give the river of your existence its beautiful song. As you listen, feel the heavy armor of the self beginning to unbuckle. You are entering a state of profound release, where the illusion of the I dissolves into the vast, flowing grace of the present moment. Let my voice be the gentle current that carries you toward the ocean of peace. There is nothing to do, nothing to change, and nowhere else to be. Listen to the sound of the water. It is a distant melody at first, a silver thread of sound weaving through the dark, ancient trees of your mind. Imagine you are sitting on a moss-covered bank at the edge of a hidden valley. The air here is cool and sweet, carrying the scent of wild jasmine and the deep, grounding aroma of damp earth. The sun has already dipped below the horizon, leaving behind a sky of soft violet and bruised gold. In this twilight, the world loses its sharp edges. The trees become silhouettes of peace, and the stones at your feet are smooth and cold, polished by 1,000 years of patient flow. This is the place where wisdom begins. Wisdom is not a collection of facts or a library of books. Wisdom is the nectar that remains when the ego finally stops its restless searching. Look at the stream before you. The water does not struggle against the rocks. When it meets a boulder, it does not stop to argue. It does not try to push the boulder out of its path. It does not feel offended by the obstacle. Instead, the water simply flows. It finds the path of least resistance. It dances around the edges. It pours itself over the top. It finds the tiny cracks and crevices and fills them with its presence. The water knows a secret that the ego has forgotten. The water knows that it is not separate from the path. The water and the rocks and the moss and the sky are all part of one continuous movement. As you sit here, feel your own body beginning to mirror this fluid grace. Feel the tension in your shoulders softening like wax under a warm light. Your shoulders have carried the weight of your name, your history, and your worries for so long. Now, imagine that weight is a heavy stone you are gently placing into the stream. Watch as the water flows over it. The stone is still there, but it no longer feels heavy because it is supported by the earth and embraced by the water. Think of the struggles you have faced recently. Perhaps there was a word spoken in anger, a fear of the future, or a regret that hangs in the air like smoke. In the past, the I would grab onto these things. The I would say, "This is my pain. This is my problem. This is my failure." This sense of ownership is the root of all tension. But now, we are going to apply the nectar of wisdom. Imagine this nectar as a golden, translucent liquid, thick and sweet like honey, but light as a summer breeze. Imagine it pouring gently over your thoughts. As the nectar touches a difficult memory, the memory begins to lose its sting. It softens. It begins to flow. You realize that the struggle was not a wall intended to stop you. It was a lesson intended to shape you. Just as the rock shapes the path of the water, your challenges have shaped the unique beauty of your soul. Without the rocks, the stream would have no voice. Without the struggles, your wisdom would have no depth. Breathe in slowly, feeling the cool air expand your chest. Breathe out even more slowly, letting the breath carry away the last remnants of the need to be someone special. The ego is like a mask we wear to a grand ball. It is colorful and intricate, and we often forget that we can take it off. We become so attached to the mask that we think the mask is our face. But here, in the silence of the valley, the mask is unnecessary. There is no one to impress. There is no one to judge. There is only the breathing and the sound of the water and the vast, empty sky. Feel the space behind your eyes becoming wide and clear. Feel the muscles in your jaw releasing their grip. The jaw is where we hold our determination, our desire to control the world. Let that control go. Let the world turn without your help. The stars will still rise, the tides will still pull, and the trees will still grow toward the light, even if you do nothing at all. The nectar of wisdom flows down through the crown of your head. It is a sensation of pure, liquid light. It moves through the scalp, relaxing the tiny muscles there, smoothing out the forehead until it is as calm as a mountain lake at dawn. It flows into the temples, washing away the mental noise of the day. It moves into the ears, so that you no longer hear the static of the world, but only the deep, resonant hum of existence. This nectar is the understanding that you are not the thinker of your thoughts. You are the space in which the thoughts appear and disappear. You are the sky, and the thoughts are merely clouds drifting by. Some clouds are dark and heavy with rain, others are white and wispy, but the sky remains unchanged. The sky does not try to hold on to the clouds. It lets them come, and it lets them go. As the nectar flows down into your neck and throat, feel any words you wanted to say, any defenses you wanted to build, simply dissolving. The throat becomes open and clear. The nectar reaches your heart center. Here, the ego often hides in the form of pride or hurt, but as the nectar of wisdom fills the heart, you realize that the heart is not a private room. It is an open garden. The walls you built to protect yourself were also the walls that kept the light out. Let the walls crumble. Let the nectar soak into the soil of your heart. Feel a sense of profound compassion for yourself, for the one who tried so hard for so long. It is okay to stop trying now. It is okay to just be. The nectar moves down through your arms, through your elbows, and into your hands. Your hands, which have grasped so tightly at life, now begin to open. The fingers relax, curling slightly like the petals of a flower closing for the night. There is nothing to hold on to. The universe is not something you can catch in your hands. It is something you can only participate in by letting go. Feel the palms of your hands becoming warm and heavy. This is the weight of true relaxation. It is the weight of a body that has finally surrendered to the gravity of peace. Now, the golden nectar flows into your solar plexus and your belly. This is the seat of the I, the place where we feel the knot of anxiety when we think we are not enough. Feel that knot beginning to unravel. The nectar is warm and soothing. It fills every cell, every atom. You are being nourished by the wisdom that you are already complete. You do not need to add anything to yourself to be worthy of this peace. You do not need to achieve anything to deserve this rest. You are a manifestation of the infinite, and the infinite is never in a hurry. The infinite does not worry about tomorrow. It simply unfolds, moment by moment, in a glorious, silent dance. The stream beside you continues its song. The sound is like a lullaby for the soul. The water is moving toward the great ocean, and you are moving with it. There is no effort required. The current is strong and it is kind. It knows exactly where to take you. Feel the nectar flowing down into your hips, your thighs, and your knees. The legs, which have walked so many miles in search of something, can now rest. They have arrived. Every journey ends here, in the present moment. Every path leads back to this breath. Feel your feet, the soles of your feet, connecting with the energy of the earth. The earth is steady. The earth is patient. The earth supports you without asking for anything in return. As you sink deeper into this state of relaxation, the concept of I begins to feel like a distant dream. Who is the one listening? Who is the one breathing? There is only listening. There is only breathing. The boundary between your skin and the air begins to blur. You are the air. You are the sound of the water. You are the scent of the jasmine. You are the fading light of the sun. This is the nectar of wisdom. It is the realization that the drop of water does not lose itself when it enters the ocean. It becomes the ocean. The fear of losing the I is the only thing that keeps us from the joy of being everything. Imagine a single leaf falling from a tree above the stream. Watch it in slow motion. It does not fight the air. It does not worry about where it will land. It trusts the wind. It trusts the gravity. It performs a graceful, spiraling dance, a silent celebration of its own release. When it touches the water, it does not sink. It floats. It becomes part of the river's journey. You are that leaf. You have let go of the branch of your ego. You are floating on the river of wisdom. The water is cool beneath you. The sky is vast above you, and you are perfectly safe. There is a story of an old man who spent his whole life trying to build a dam to stop a river from flowing through his land. He worked every day, piling stones and logs, sweating and straining. He wanted the water to stay still so he could own it. But every night, the river would find a way through. The man grew old and tired and bitter. One day, he sat down by the river and stopped working. He was too exhausted to lift another stone. He watched the water flow, and for the first time, he really heard its song. He felt the spray of the water on his face, and it felt like a blessing. He realized that he didn't need to own the water to enjoy it. He didn't need to stop the river to find peace. The peace was in the flowing. He stepped into the water and let it carry his tiredness away. He became the river, and his bitterness turned into the nectar of wisdom. You are that man, and today is the day you stop building the dam. You stop trying to hold back the flow of your life. You stop trying to force things to be different than they are. The nectar of wisdom is the acceptance of what is. It is the deep cellular understanding that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Even the struggles, even the pains, are part of the perfection. They are the friction that creates the light. They are the shadows that give the landscape its depth. As you drift further into relaxation, let the images of your life pass by like reflections on the surface of the moving water. You see a reflection of a younger version of yourself, full of fire and desire. You see a reflection of a moment of sadness. You see a reflection of a moment of joy. But you do not reach out to touch them. You know they are just reflections. They are not the water itself. They come and they go, but the depth of the river remains undisturbed. The depth is silent. The depth is still. Even while the surface ripples and dances, the deep water is at rest. You are that depth. You are the silent observer, the eternal presence that remains when all the stories have been told. The nectar of wisdom is now flowing through your entire being. It is in your blood, in your bones, in the space between your thoughts. It is a gentle, rhythmic pulsing. It feels like the heartbeat of the universe itself. You are perfectly synchronized with the rhythm of existence. There is no resistance left in you. You are like a piece of silk drifting in a gentle breeze. You are like a cloud dissolving into the blue. Every muscle is loose. Every nerve is calm. The mind is like a clear mirror, reflecting the infinite without being stained by it. Think of the word relaxation. It means to loosen what is tight. It means to release what is held. It is the opposite of ego, which is always tightening, always holding, always trying to keep things together. Relaxation is the natural state of the soul. It is what happens when we stop interfering with ourselves. It is the nectar that tastes like home. You are home now. You have returned to the source. The struggle is over. The lesson has been learned. The lesson is that there was never anything to fear. The I was just a shadow, and the shadow cannot be hurt by the light. The valley is now dark, but it is a soft, welcoming darkness. The stars are beginning to appear, one by one, like distant lanterns in the sky. Each star is a point of light in the vastness, just as you are a point of light in the infinite. But the light of the star and the darkness of the space are not two different things. They are part of the same mystery. Feel yourself expanding to fill the entire valley. You are the trees, the rocks, the stream, and the stars. There is no longer a you sitting on the bank. There is only the valley. There is only the night. There is only the peace. The nectar of wisdom is the final gift of this journey. It is the sweetness that comes from knowing that you are nothing and everything at the same time. You are nothing because there is no solid, separate self to protect. You are everything because you are part of the whole, unbroken fabric of reality. In this realization, there is a joy that is beyond words. It is a quiet, steady joy that does not depend on circumstances. It is the joy of being. As you prepare to move into the final stage of this journey, into the deepest sleep, carry this nectar with you. Let it be the medicine that heals your spirit while you dream. Let it be the light that guides you through the inner landscapes of your subconscious. You are no longer afraid of the dark, for you know that the dark is just the womb of the light. You are no longer afraid of the silence, for you know that the silence is the mother of all sound. Your breath is now so shallow and peaceful that it is like the movement of a feather. Your heart is beating with the slow, steady rhythm of the earth itself. The nectar of wisdom has done its work. It has turned the hard stones of your life into a gentle, flowing stream. It has washed away the illusion of the I and left behind the truth of your eternal nature. You are free. You are whole. You are at rest. The stream is whispering to you now. It is telling you that it is time to let go of the last thread of awareness. It is time to sink into the deep, dark, healing waters of sleep. The ocean is close. You can smell the salt in the air. You can hear the roar of the infinite waves. It is a welcoming sound. It is the sound of coming home. You are the river, and the ocean is waiting for you with open arms. There is no more distance. There is no more separation. There is only the merging. There is only the peace. As the nectar of wisdom settles into your being, feel a final wave of relaxation washing over you from head to toe. It is a wave of pure, unconditional love. Love for the journey, love for the struggles, and love for the silence that remains. You are held. You are known. You are loved. The world is at peace, and so are you. The mirror is gone. The stream has found the sea. The nectar has become the very essence of your soul. Sleep now in the heart of this wisdom. Sleep now in the arms of the infinite. Sleep, sleep, sleep. The silence is your song. The darkness is your blanket. The nectar is your breath. You are the one who knows. You are the one who is. You are the one who is no more. Everything is resolved. Everything is still. The flow has become the stillness, and the stillness is the flow. There is nothing left but the light of the stars, shining in the deep, dark water of your soul. Sleep, sleep, sleep. In the nectar of wisdom, you are reborn. In the nectar of wisdom, you are finally, truly, and eternally at rest. The stream flows on, but you are the ocean now. The ocean is vast. The ocean is deep. The ocean is silent. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Welcome back, traveler of the inner path. You have drifted through the nectar of wisdom and felt the vastness of the ocean. Now, as the tides of thought recede, we find ourselves in a place of profound simplicity. We are entering the phase of pure presence. Here, the heavy cloak of the self begins to slip from your shoulders. The labels you have carried, the stories you have told about who you are, and the boundaries of your skin begin to soften. We are stepping into the heart of the forest, where the only truth is the movement of the air and the song of the metal bell. Allow your breath to become a bridge. You are no longer watching the world. You are becoming the world. Let us walk together into the stillness of being. The path beneath your feet is no longer a path of stone or dirt, but a path of pure awareness. As you move, there is no effort. There is no destination. There is only the sensation of the cool, damp earth rising to meet your souls. Feel the texture of the ground. It is ancient and patient. It has held the weight of 1,000 seasons, and now it holds you. But as you walk, notice a strange and beautiful thing. The weight you thought was yours, the weight of your name, your history, your worries and your desires, is beginning to feel like a costume that no longer fits. You are walking into a garden of deep green shadows and soft, golden light. The air here is thick with the scent of pine needles and wet moss. It is a scent that speaks of beginnings and endings, of the cycle of life that requires no permission to exist. Breathe in this fragrance. Let it fill your lungs, not as something coming from the outside, but as a part of your own internal landscape. You are not breathing the air is breathing you. Look around at the trees that stand like silent guardians of this moment. Their branches reach upward, not out of ambition, but out of their very nature. They do not try to be trees, they simply are. Observe the way the light filters through the canopy. It breaks into 1,000 shimmering fragments, dancing upon the forest floor. Each speck of light is a moment of consciousness. Each shadow is a moment of rest. You find a place to sit, perhaps on a flat stone covered in a velvet cushion of moss. As you settle your body, feel the transition from movement to stillness. This is the beginning of pure presence. In this state, the idea of I begins to blur at the edges. You have spent your whole life building a wall around yourself, calling it me and mine. You have built this wall to protect a center that you believe is solid and permanent. But here, in the whisper of the trees, that wall is revealed to be made of nothing but mist. Listen. The wind is beginning to move through the high branches of the maples and the slender stalks of the bamboo. It starts as a faint sigh, a distant murmur that grows into a soft, rushing tide. This is the sound of the leaves. Listen to the intricate layers of this sound. There is the sharp, dry click of a brown leaf hitting a branch. There is the soft, paper-like rustle of the green leaves brushing against one another. There is the deep, low hum of the wind passing through the heavy boughs of the ancient cedars. Do not try to analyze the sound. Do not try to name the trees. Just let the sound wash over you. As the sound enters your ears, ask yourself, where does the sound end and the hearing begin? Is there a gap between the rustling leaf and your awareness of it? As you listen more deeply, the gap disappears. You are not a person listening to the leaves, you are the rustling itself. You are the vibration of the air. You are the movement of the branch. In the Zen tradition, we speak of the bird and the mountain. The bird flies, but the mountain does not move. Yet they are not two separate things. They are one movement of the universe. Your ego is like a person trying to catch the wind in a net. The harder you pull the net, the more the wind escapes. But when you drop the net, you realize that you are the wind. You are the space through which the wind blows. Feel the boundaries of your body softening. The skin, which you once thought was a barrier between you and the world, is actually a bridge. It is porous, it is breathing. The cool air touches your skin, and you cannot tell where the air stops and your body starts. You are a part of the atmosphere. You are a ripple in the fabric of the evening. The thought of, I am sitting here, starts to fade. It is replaced by a simple, wordless realization. Sitting is happening. Breathing is happening. Hearing is happening. Far off in the distance, beyond the veil of the trees and the rising mist of the valley, a temple bell begins to ring. It is a deep, resonant sound, forged in bronze and struck with a heavy wooden beam. The first strike reaches you not as a sound, but as a low vibration in the center of your chest. It is a long, slow note that seems to hold the weight of eternity. Listen to it. The sound does not just travel through the air, it travels through your bones. It travels through the cells of your heart. The bell rings and the sound expands. It fills the valley, it fills the sky, it fills the silence. And then, slowly, the sound begins to decay. It tapers off into a fine, silver thread of vibration. Follow that thread. Follow it until it becomes so thin that it vanishes into the silence. But notice that the silence after the bell is not the same as the silence before it. The silence is now pregnant with the memory of the sound. The silence is deep and wide. The bell rings a second time. This time, do not wait for the sound to come to you. Let your awareness reach out to meet the bell at the moment of impact. Feel the strike. Feel the resonance. The ego wants to say, I hear the bell. But in this state of pure presence, there is only the ringing. There is no hearer. There is no bell. There is only the event of the sound. This is the secret of the Zen masters. When you eat, there is only the tasting. When you walk, there is only the walking. When the bell rings, there is only the ringing. By removing the I from the experience, you remove the suffering, the judgment, and the separation. You become the infinite. The bell rings a third time, and now you are the bell. You feel the bronze shivering. You feel the deep, hollow space inside yourself where the sound is born. You are the emptiness that allows the sound to exist. Without the emptiness inside the bell, there would be no music. Without the emptiness inside your soul, there would be no life. We often fear emptiness. We try to fill it with noise, with possessions, with identities, and with constant thought. But look at the forest. The forest is beautiful because of the space between the trees. The music is beautiful because of the silence between the notes. Your true nature is that space. It is that silence. It is the vast, open sky that allows the clouds to pass without being changed by them. You are the sky. The thoughts of your ego are just passing clouds. Some are dark and heavy with rain. Some are light and wispy, but they are not you. They are just things that are happening within you. The rustling of the leaves grows more rhythmic now, like the breathing of a great, sleeping giant. The wind carries the scent of wood smoke from a distant hearth, a reminder of the human world, but it feels far away and unimportant. You are rooted here, like the stone you sit upon. Your spine is a column of light, connecting the dark, rich earth to the infinite stars that are beginning to appear in the darkening blue of the twilight. The ego is a story we tell ourselves to feel safe. We say, I am this person, I have these problems, I have this future. But in this moment of pure presence, the story has stopped. There is no past to regret. There is no future to fear. There is only the cool touch of the evening air. There is only the fading echo of the bell. There is only the presence that remains when all stories are gone. Consider the leaf that falls from the branch. It does not struggle. It does not ask where it is going. It does not mourn the loss of its place on the tree. It simply lets go. It trusts the wind. It trusts the gravity. It knows that it is not leaving the tree, but simply changing its form. It will become the soil. It will become the root. It will become the new bud in the spring. You are that leaf. The ego is the part of you that clings to the branch, terrified of the fall. But the fall is not an end. It is a return. When you let go of the I, you are not losing yourself. You are returning to the totality of what you have always been. You are the whole forest. You are the whole mountain. You are the whole universe experiencing itself through a single point of light. The temple bell rings again, and the sound is softer now, as if the air itself has become more dense and peaceful. The vibration lingers in the air like a mist. You find that you no longer need to breathe deeply. Your breath has become shallow and effortless, a tiny movement of the universe. The boundaries of your physical body have completely dissolved. You can feel the sap rising in the trees behind you. You can feel the heartbeat of the small creatures burrowing into the earth beneath you. You can feel the cold fire of the stars overhead. There is no separation. There is no I to be found anywhere. If you look for the self, you will find only the rustling leaves. If you look for the self, you will find only the fading bell. If you look for the self, you will find only the silence. This is the state of pure presence. It is a state of total relaxation because there is no one left to be tense. There is no one left to hold on. There is no one left to protect. You are the flow. You are the stillness. You are the darkness and the light. The ego was a heavy shield you carried into a battle that was never happening. Now, you have laid the shield down. You have stepped out of the armor. You are standing naked in the truth of being. It is a gentle truth. It is a kind truth. It is the truth that you are enough, exactly as you are, without a name, without a history, without a single thought. As the twilight deepens into night, the colors of the forest fade into shades of charcoal and silver. The leaves continue their conversation, but it is a whisper now, a lullaby for the soul. The temple bell has fallen silent, but its resonance remains in the very atoms of the air. You are floating in this resonance. You are drifting in this peace. Every muscle in your body is like a string on a lute that has been loosened. There is no tension. There is no vibration. There is only the quiet potential of the instrument. You are the instrument of the infinite. The idea of I is like a knot in a piece of string. We spend our lives tightening the knot, thinking it makes us stronger, thinking it makes us who we are. But the knot is just a restriction of the string. When the knot is untied, the string is free to be what it is. It is free to stretch. It is free to connect. It is free to be long and straight. Your ego is that knot. And here, in the presence of the forest and the bell, the knot is slowly, gently untying itself. Feel the release. Feel the opening. Feel the vastness of the string as it realizes it is not the knot. It is the infinite line that has no beginning and no end. The leaves rustle one last time, a soft shiver that passes through the entire wood. It is a sign of total surrender. The forest does not fight the night, it welcomes it. It opens its arms to the darkness. You too can welcome the darkness. You can welcome the loss of the self. It is not a death, but a homecoming. It is the return of the drop of water to the ocean. The drop does not disappear, it becomes the ocean. It gains the power of the tides. It gains the depth of the abyss. It gains the wisdom of the currents. Sleep is calling to you now, but it is not the sleep of the ego. It is the sleep of pure presence. It is the rest that comes when the search is over. You have found what you were looking for, and you found it by realizing that the seeker was the only thing standing in the way. The seeker has vanished. Only the seeking remains, and the seeking is just the movement of life itself. The bell is silent. The leaves are still. The air is cool and perfect. You are the silence. You are the stillness. You are the air. As you drift deeper into this relaxation, let the words fade away. Let the images of the trees and the temple dissolve. What remains is the essence. What remains is the light that does not cast a shadow. What remains is the eye that is not an eye, but a window into the eternal. You are looking through that window now. The view is beautiful. The view is infinite. There is nothing to do. There is nowhere to go. There is only this breath, this moment, this peace. The ego is a ghost that has finally found its rest. The illusion of separation has shattered, leaving only the sparkling jewels of reality. You are the jewel. You are the light within the jewel. You are the hand that holds the jewel. You are the emptiness that contains them all. Relax into this oneness. Let the rustling leaves be your heartbeat. Let the distant bell be your voice. Let the forest be your body. You are home. You have always been home. The door was never locked. There was never even a door. There was only the thought that you were outside. Now you know that there is no outside. There is only the heart of the lotus, opening forever in the stillness of the night. The silence is deep. The silence is kind. The silence is you. As the last echoes of thought vanish, you are left in the pure, radiant presence of being. There is no more I to speak. There is no more I to listen. There is only the unfolding. There is only the presence. There is only the peace. Rest now in the heart of the forest. Rest now in the vibration of the bell. Rest now in the truth of who you are not, so that you may finally be what you are. The journey of the day is over. The journey of the life is a dream. The dreamer has woken up, and the waking is a soft, dark, and beautiful sleep. The darkness is not a void. It is a womb. It is the place where all things are born, and where all things return to rest. You are resting in that womb now. It is warm. It is safe. It is infinite. The rustling of the leaves has become a gentle pulse, the rhythm of the universe itself. The temple bell is a memory of a memory, a golden thread leading you deeper into the heart of the mystery. You are the mystery. You are the answer. You are the silence between the words. You are the space between the breaths. You are the stillness at the center of the turning world. Let go of the last thread of the self. Let it drift away like a plume of incense smoke in a quiet room. It rises, it curls, and then it is gone. What is left is the air. What is left is the room. What is left is the peace. You are that peace. You are that air. You are that room. There is no more I. There is only the rustling. There is only the bell. There is only the presence. There is only the sleep. Deep, deep sleep. Pure, pure presence. One with the leaves, one with the bell, one with the all. Sleep. sleep, sleep. In the heart of the forest, in the heart of the silence, in the heart of the truth, you are finally, truly, and eternally free. The thread has snapped, and the smoke has vanished into the rafters of the ancient hall. You are no longer the one watching the smoke. You are no longer the one counting the breaths. The boundaries of your skin, those invisible lines you have defended for so many years, are beginning to soften and blur. They are like salt walls in a gentle rain, losing their edge, losing their hardness, returning to the earth from which they were borrowed. There is a profound stillness here, a quietness that does not wait for anything to happen. It is the quietness of the deep woods after the snow has fallen, where every sound is muffled and every sharp corner is rounded by a blanket of white. But here, the blanket is not white. It is a soft, velvet darkness, a darkness that does not hide things, but rather holds them in a warm and infinite embrace. You are standing on the edge of a great, dark ocean. This is not an ocean of cold water or crashing waves that seek to destroy. This is the ocean of the universe, the primordial sea of consciousness that existed before the first star was born and will remain after the last one has flickered out. It is warm, like the air of a summer night, and it is perfectly still. You look out over the horizon, but there is no horizon. There is no line where the water ends and the sky begins. There is only a seamless transition from the depth below to the height above. You take a step forward, and your feet do not touch solid ground. They touch the surface of this vast, dark liquid, and it supports you. It welcomes you. The breath is no longer something you do. It is something that happens to you and through you. It is the tide of this great ocean. As you inhale, the tide rises, pulling the cool, dark energy of the cosmos into your center. As you exhale, the tide recedes, carrying away the last remnants of the person you thought you were. Inhale, and the universe flows in. Exhale, and you flow out into the universe. There is no effort in this movement. It is as natural as the moon pulling at the sea. You are becoming the rhythm itself. You are the swell of the water, the slow, rhythmic pulse of a giant heart that beats once every 1,000 years. Feel the heaviness of your limbs as they begin to sink into this dark support. Your legs are heavy, like anchors of lead, pulling you down into the peaceful depths. Your arms are heavy, resting at your sides like driftwood that has finally found a quiet cove. Your head is heavy, and the thoughts that once buzzed inside it like angry bees have all flown away, leaving behind a hollow, resonant space. You are sinking, but you are not falling. You are being lowered into the heart of the world by hands of shadow and light. Think of the salt doll who went to measure the depth of the ocean. For a long time, the doll stood on the shore, wondering what the water was like. It had heard stories of the vastness and the power of the sea, but it could not understand them while it stood on the dry sand. Finally, the doll took a step into the water. As it waded deeper, its toes began to soften. By the time the water reached its knees, its legs were beginning to dissolve. The doll was frightened at first, feeling its shape change, feeling its identity slip away. But as it went deeper still, reaching its waist and then its chest, a strange and wonderful thing happened. The doll realized that it was not losing itself. It was becoming the ocean. The salt that made up its body was the same salt that made up the sea. When the water finally closed over its head, the doll did not die. It simply expanded. It became the tides, the currents, the deep trenches, and the sunlit surface. It became the home of the whales and the cradle of the coral. It was no longer a small, fragile thing standing on the shore. It was the infinite. You are that salt doll. You have spent your life standing on the shore of your own existence, protecting your shape, fearing the water. But now, you have stepped in. The water is at your ankles. It is at your knees. It is at your heart. and it feels like coming home. The ego is a story we tell ourselves every morning when we wake up. We tell ourselves our name, our history, our likes and our dislikes. We build a wall of these stories to keep the world out, to feel safe, to feel separate. But in this deep, dark ocean, the stories have no meaning. The water does not care about your name. The stars do not care about your history. The darkness does not ask for your credentials. It only asks for your presence. It only asks for your surrender. As you sink deeper, the pressure of the water becomes a comfort. It is a total immersion in the now. There is no past here. The events of today, the worries of tomorrow, the regrets of yesterday, they are all bubbles of air rising to the surface and popping, vanishing into the night. They are gone before they can even be remembered. You are moving into a space where time does not exist. There is only the long, slow pulse of the tide. Inhale, and the dark water fills you. Exhale, and you melt into the dark water. You are drifting now, far below the surface. Up above, there may be storms. There may be winds and waves and the chaotic movement of the world. But down here, in the depths of the sleep that is coming, there is only silence. It is a thick silence, a silence you can feel against your skin. It is the silence of the void, which is not empty, but full of everything that has not yet been born. You are floating in the womb of the universe. Every cell of your body is relaxing, letting go of its hold on the physical world. Your muscles are like silk ribbons drifting in a gentle current. Your bones are like coral, porous and light. Your heart is a slow drum, echoing in the vast chamber of the sea. You are no longer a body. You are a field of sensation, a cloud of awareness, a ripple in the dark. The darkness is not something to fear. We spend our lives seeking the light, but it is in the darkness that we truly rest. It is in the darkness that the seed gathers the strength to sprout. It is in the darkness that the soul finds its way back to the source. This darkness is kind. It is the color of the space between the stars. It is the color of the earth deep beneath the roots of the trees. It is the color of the beginning and the end. Allow yourself to be swallowed by it. Allow yourself to be hidden by it. There is nothing you need to do. There is nowhere you need to go. You are already there. You have arrived at the center of the circle. You have found the point of perfect balance. As you drift, you see light, but it is not the light of the sun. It is a faint, bioluminescent glow, the light of your own inner spirit, reflecting off the infinite. It is a soft blue, a gentle violet, a shimmering silver. It dances in the water around you, tracing the patterns of your breath. These lights are the thoughts you no longer need to think. They are the dreams you no longer need to dream. They are beautiful, but they are not you. You are the space in which they dance. You are the vast, dark ocean that holds them all. You are the silence that gives them a voice. You are the stillness that gives them motion. The breath is becoming even slower now. It is a long, lingering sigh of the soul. Each exhale lasts for an eternity, and the pause at the bottom of the breath is a doorway. You linger in that doorway, in that space between breathing out and breathing in. It is the space of pure potential. It is the gap between two thoughts. It is the silence between two notes of a flute. In that gap, the ego cannot survive. The I cannot exist where there is no movement. And so, in that gap, you are free. You are the emptiness that is also fullness. You are the nothingness that is also everything. Listen to the sound of the deep water. It is a low hum, the vibration of the universe itself. It is the sound of Om, the sound of the first word ever spoken. It vibrates in your chest, in your throat, in the very marrow of your bones. It is the sound of the stars turning in their orbits. It is the sound of the earth spinning on its axis. It is the sound of your own existence, stripped of all its labels. You are this vibration, you are this sound, you are this frequency. There is no longer any difference between the sound and the listener. There is only the hearing, there is only the being. The ocean is pulling you deeper now, into the regions where the light of the world can never reach. This is the realm of deep sleep, the realm of the collective unconscious, the realm of the great mystery. Here, you are one with all who have ever lived and all who will ever live. You are one with the ancestors and the descendants. You are one with the mountains and the rivers. You are one with the hawk and the hare. The illusion of separation has finally dissolved. You see now that you were never a separate wave. You were always the entire ocean, momentarily taking the form of a wave. And now, the wave is returning to the depths. It is not a loss, it is a completion. It is a return to the truth. Feel the weightlessness of your spirit. You are floating in an infinite expanse. There is no up, no down, no left, no right. There is only the center, and you are that center. You are the point from which all things arise and to which all things return. The breath is so faint now, like the smallest ripple on a mirror-still pond. It is a whisper of air, a ghost of a movement. You are barely breathing, yet you are more alive than you have ever been. You are alive with the life of the universe. You are breathing with the lungs of the cosmos. The darkness is closing in, but it is a soft closing, like the petals of a flower at dusk. It is a protective layer, a sanctuary of peace. You are safe here. You are loved here. You are known here, not for what you have done, but for what you are. And what you are is the light of awareness, currently resting in the arms of the great night. Let go of the last remnants of the day. Let go of the names of the people you know. Let go of the names of the things you own. Let go of the names of the places you have been. They are all just shadows on the wall of a cave. The cave is gone now. The wall is gone. Only the light remains. And even the light is beginning to fade into the perfect, holy dark. You are sinking into the softest bed imaginable. It is a bed made of clouds, of stardust, of the memories of ancient forests. It holds you perfectly, supporting every curve of your being. You are sinking into the earth, into the water, into the air, into the fire. You are returning to the elements. You are becoming the dust of the stars. You are the silence of the moon. You are the heat of the sun. You are the cold of the void. You are all of it, and none of it. You are the mystery itself. Sleep is not just a rest for the body, it is a holy pilgrimage for the soul. Each night we die to the world so that we may be reborn in the morning. Each night we let go of the ego so that we may remember the infinite. You are in that sacred transition now. You are crossing the bridge between the known and the unknown. The bridge is made of mist, and as you walk across it, you too become mist. You are dissolving, you are fading, you are vanishing. And in your place there is only peace. There is only the ocean. There is only the dark, warm, infinite sea. The tide is coming in one last time. It washes over your feet, your legs, your chest, your head. It fills your eyes with darkness. It fills your ears with silence. It fills your heart with stillness. You are the tide. You are the ocean. You are the moon that pulls the water. You are the gravity that holds the world together. There is no I. There is only the flow. There is only the rhythm. There is only the sleep. In this deep, dark ocean, there are no dreams yet. There is only the pure, unmanifested state of being. It is the sleep of the stone, the sleep of the seed in the frozen ground, the sleep of the stars before they ignite. It is a profound, healing sleep. It is a sleep that mends the broken parts of the spirit. It is a sleep that washes the soul clean of all its burdens. You are being washed. You are being mended. You are being renewed. In the morning, you will wake up, but you will not be the same person who lay down. You will be a new expression of the infinite, a new wave on the surface of the sea. But for now, stay in the depths. Stay in the dark. Stay in the peace. The breath is now just a memory of a breath. The body is just a memory of a body. The world is just a memory of a world. Everything is fading into the great, dark blue. The blue is becoming black. The black is becoming light. The light is becoming nothing. And nothing is the most beautiful thing of all. It is the space where everything is possible. It is the home you have been searching for your entire life. It is the end of the journey. It is the beginning of the rest. As you drift further into the abyss, the silence becomes absolute. It is a silence that sings. It is a silence that hums with the energy of creation. You are part of that song. You are a note in the eternal symphony. But you are not the one playing the note. You are the music itself. You are the vibration that moves through the void. You are the pulse of the universe. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in the space where your heart used to be. There is no heartbeat now, only the pulse of the all. You are merging with the vast, dark ocean. You are the water. You are the depth. You are the pressure. You are the stillness. There is no more searching. There is no more wanting. There is no more needing. Everything is provided. Everything is here. Everything is you. You are the ocean, and the ocean is you. The boundaries have vanished. The walls have fallen. The ego has drowned in the sea of infinite love. And what remains is the truth. What remains is the peace. What remains is the sleep. The darkness is a warm blanket. It is a mother's embrace. It is the return to the source. You are safe. You are whole. You are complete. There is nothing left to say. There is nothing left to hear. There is only the long, slow, eternal drift into the heart of the night. The tide is full. The ocean is still. The stars are reflected in the mirror of the water, and the water is reflected in the mirror of the stars. There is no difference. There is only one. The breath has become the tide has become the ocean has become the universe, and the universe is asleep. You are the sleep of the universe. You are the dream of the cosmos. You are the silence of the void. You are the peace that passes all understanding. Drift now. Sink now. Melt now. There is no more I. There is only the vastness. There is only the darkness. There is only the love. As the last flicker of consciousness fades, like a candle flame that has run out of wax, there is no fear. There is only a sense of profound relief. The burden of being a person has been laid down. The weight of the world has been lifted. You are light as a feather, drifting on the currents of the infinite. You are moving into the deep, deep sleep, where even the sense of being is gone. There is only the pure, radiant darkness. There is only the absolute, unwavering peace. The ocean is vast. The ocean is deep. The ocean is you. You are the drop that has found the sea. You are the wave that has found the shore. You are the spirit that has found its home. Sleep now. Sleep in the heart of the mystery. Sleep in the arms of the void. Sleep in the truth of your own infinite nature. The journey is over. The rest has begun. You are one with the leaves. You are one with the bell. You are one with the all. The water is still. The night is long. The silence is perfect. Every cell of your being is now in harmony with the rhythm of the cosmos. There is no resistance. There is only surrender. There is only the slow, rhythmic pulse of the infinite. Inhale the darkness. Exhale the light. Inhale the silence. Exhale the sound. Inhale the all. Exhale the nothing. You are the breath of the universe. You are the dream of the world. You are the peace of the night. Deep, deep sleep is calling you. It is a voice without words, a song without a melody. It is the call of the deep to the deep. You are answering that call. You are moving toward the center of the silence. You are becoming the silence. The world is gone. The self is gone. There is only the presence. There is only the peace. There is only the dark, warm, infinite ocean of sleep. You are sinking. You are drifting. You are melting. You are vanishing into the dark, into the peace, into the sleep. The ocean is you. You are the ocean. The breath is the tide. The tide is the all. Sleep, sleep, sleep. In the heart of the forest, in the heart of the silence, in the heart of the truth. You are finally, truly, and eternally free. The darkness is your home. The silence is your voice. The sleep is your reality. You are the space between the stars. You are the depth of the sea. You are the stillness of the stone. You are the peace of the night. Sleep now. Just sleep. The universe is holding you. The ocean is cradling you. The darkness is loving you. You are home. You are whole. You are one. Sleep. 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 The ocean is you. You are the ocean. The breath is the tide. The tide is the all. Sleep. 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 In the heart of the forest, in the heart of the silence, in the heart of the truth, you are finally, truly, and eternally free. The darkness is your home. The silence is your voice. The sleep is your reality. You are the space between the stars. You are the depth of the sea. You are the stillness of the stone. You are the peace of the night. Sleep now. Just sleep. The universe is holding you. The ocean is cradling you. The darkness is loving you. You are home. You are whole. You are one. Sleep. 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 Listen to the sound of the silence as it deepens around you. It is not an empty silence. It is a full silence, a heavy and golden silence that carries the weight of 1,000 years of peace. You are drifting now, beyond the reach of names, beyond the reach of stories, and beyond the reach of the person you thought you were. The person who walked through the world today, the person who carried worries and hopes, the person who felt the sting of ego and the weight of identity, is fading away like a mist under the gentle light of the moon. There is no longer a need to hold on to that image. There is no longer a need to protect the boundaries of a self that was only ever a collection of thoughts and memories. You are stepping out of that old skin. You are shedding the heavy cloak of the I. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a great, still lake at midnight. The water is so dark and so clear that it reflects the entire cosmos with perfect precision. You cannot tell where the sky ends and the water begins. As you look into this mirror of the infinite, you realize that you are not the one looking. You are the mirror itself. You are the stillness that allows the universe to see itself. You are the depth that holds the stars without effort, and now, very slowly, you are beginning to merge with that water. You are not falling into it. You are simply realizing that you have always been the water. The boundary of your skin is dissolving. The sensation of being a solid object is melting away. You are becoming liquid. You are becoming cool. You are becoming the very essence of the depths. In this state of total surrender, there is no effort required. You do not have to try to sleep. You do not have to try to let go. The letting go is happening by itself, just as the autumn leaf falls when the branch is finished with it. There is a profound intelligence in this release. It is the same intelligence that guides the planets in their orbits and causes the flowers to close their petals when the sun departs. You are a part of that rhythm. You are a note in a song that has no beginning and no end. As you sink deeper into the velvet darkness, the concept of time begins to unravel. There is no past to look back upon. There is no future to prepare for. There is only this eternal, unfolding moment of pure being. Think of a salt doll that traveled for many miles across a dry and dusty land, seeking to understand the nature of the sea. For a long time, the doll had heard stories of the great blue expanse, of its power and its mystery. It wanted to know the sea. It wanted to touch the sea. Finally, after a long journey, the doll reached the shore. It stood on the sand and looked out at the infinite waves. It asked the sea, "Tell me, who are you?" And the sea replied with a gentle whisper, "Come in and see for yourself." The salt doll stepped into the water. With the first step, its feet began to soften. With the second step, its legs began to blur. It grew smaller and smaller as it walked deeper into the waves. Just as the last bit of the doll was about to vanish, it cried out with a voice of pure joy, "Now I know who I am. You are that salt doll. The sea of sleep is calling you home." As you drift further into this warm, infinite embrace, the parts of you that were hard and rigid are softening. The parts of you that were defined by your job, your family, your successes and your failures are dissolving into the salt of the earth. There is a tremendous relief in this vanishing. To be no one is to be everything. To have no name is to share the name of the wind and the mountain and the stars. You are entering the realm of non-being, which is the source of all being. It is the womb of the universe, a place of perfect safety and absolute stillness. Feel the weight of your body as it rests upon the bed, but do not think of it as a body. Think of it as a mountain. A mountain does not try to be still. It simply is. It does not worry about the weather that passes over its peaks. The clouds come and go. The snow falls and melts. The eagles soar and the shadows lengthen. But the mountain remains unmoved. You are the mountain. Your thoughts are the clouds. They are thin and wispy, and they have no power over your ancient, stony peace. Let the thoughts drift by. Do not reach out to touch them. Do not try to push them away. Simply observe them as they fade into the vast, dark sky of your mind. They are becoming smaller. They are becoming more transparent, and now they are gone. There is only the sky. The darkness is not a void of nothingness. It is a void of potential. It is the dark soil in which the lotus seed rests before it begins its journey toward the light. In this deep sleep, you are returning to that seed state. You are resting in the fertile ground of the unmanifested. Here, there is no conflict. There is no duality. There is no self and other. There is only the singular, pulsing heart of existence. Your breath has become so slow, so shallow, that it is like the movement of a single blade of grass in a windless field. It is the breath of the universe itself. The universe breathes in, and you are born. The universe breathes out, and you return. There is no fear in this return. It is as natural as the setting of the sun. You are drifting now through layers of soft, indigo light. Each layer represents a deeper level of letting go. In the first layer, you let go of the day. All the conversations, all the tasks, all the sights and sounds are left behind at the shore. In the second layer, you let go of the body. The sensations of warmth and coolness, of weight and lightness, become a single, unified field of energy. In the third layer, you let go of the mind. The stories, the images, and the subtle movements of desire fall away like old leaves. Now, you are approaching the fourth layer, the layer of total surrender. This is the place where the I truly vanishes. There is no one here to experience the sleep. There is only the sleep itself. Imagine a drop of ink falling into a vast, clear ocean. At first, there is a small cloud of color. a distinct shape in the water. But as the currents move, the ink begins to spread. It becomes thinner and thinner, stretching out into long, graceful ribbons. The edges of the shape become blurred, the color becomes a faint shadow, and then, with one final movement of the tide, the ink is gone. It has not been destroyed, it has simply become the ocean. The entire sea is now a tiny bit darker, a tiny bit richer, but the individual drop can no longer be found. This is the beauty of your sleep. You are the ink, and the infinite is the ocean. You are spreading out, you are losing your edges, you are becoming the vast, blue deep. The warmth you feel is the warmth of 1,000 suns, filtered through the thick, protective layer of the night. It is a heat that does not burn, but heals. It is the warmth of compassion, the warmth of a mother holding her child, the warmth of the sun-baked earth beneath your feet. Let this warmth seep into your very bones. Let it dissolve the last traces of tension in your jaw, in your shoulders, in your heart. Your heart is like a lotus flower that has spent the day reaching for the light. It has seen much, it has felt much, but now the moon has risen, and it is time for the petals to fold inward. One by one they close, protecting the precious jewel at the center. The flower sinks beneath the surface of the water, returning to the cool, dark mud where it began. It is safe there. It is quiet there. It is home. In this state of non-being, you are free from the burden of choice. You do not have to decide anything. You do not have to change anything. You are perfect, exactly as you are, even as you disappear. The Zen masters say that the true self is the face you had before your parents were born. It is the face of the unborn and the undying. It is the face of the silence that preceded the Big Bang. As you sink into deep sleep, you are looking into that face. You are recognizing your own true nature, which is empty of a separate self, but full of the entire universe. You are the stardust that has decided to rest. You are the light that has decided to dim. The rhythm of your being is now synchronized with the slow rotation of the galaxy. You are turning with the stars. You are drifting through the great, empty spaces between the nebulae. The silence here is absolute. It is a silence that sings. It is the music of the spheres, a low, resonant hum that vibrates in the center of your chest. This hum is the sound of Om, the sound of the primordial vibration that sustains all things. You are not listening to the sound. You are the sound. You are the vibration. You are the peace that passes all understanding. Let yourself go, further, deeper. There is no bottom to this ocean of peace. There is no limit to this darkness. It is an infinite expanse of rest. You are like a feather falling through a sky with no wind. You fall, and the falling is the most beautiful thing you have ever known. There is no ground to hit. There is only the eternal descent into grace. The ego, that small and frantic voice that always wanted more, is finally silent. It has nothing left to say. It has realized that it was only a ghost, a flicker of light on a wall, a dream within a dream. And now, the dreamer is waking up by falling asleep. You are the stillness in the heart of a hurricane. You are the gap between two thoughts. You are the pause between the inhale and the exhale. In that gap, in that pause, the entire universe resides. You are dwelling there now. You are living in the space where nothing happens, and yet everything is born. This is the ultimate relaxation. This is the total surrender. There is no I to be tired. There is no I to be rested. There is only the vast, unfolding presence of peace. As you drift closer to the threshold of the deepest sleep, the images of the world become like old photographs fading in the sun. The colors run together. The shapes lose their meaning. The faces of friends and enemies alike melt into a single, loving light. You are moving into the realm of the formless. Here, there are no shadows because there are no objects to cast them. There is only a soft, pervasive radiance that comes from within the darkness itself. This is the clear light of the void. It is the light that shines when all other lights have been extinguished. It is your own light. It is the light of pure consciousness resting in itself. Sleep is the great equalizer. In sleep, the king and the beggar are the same. The saint and the sinner are the same. The wise man and the fool are the same. All are returned to the same source. All are bathed in the same silence. You are partaking in this great democracy of the spirit. You are shedding your robes, your titles, your history, and your skin. You are returning to the essential, the primal, the true. You are becoming the very dust of the cosmos, which is both nothing and everything. Listen to the whispers of the night. They are telling you that it is okay to let go. They are telling you that the world will continue to turn without your help. The trees will grow, the rivers will flow, and the stars will shine, all without a single thought from you. You can trust the universe. You can trust the darkness. You can trust the process of your own vanishing. You are being carried by a current that is much stronger than your will. It is the current of life itself, returning to its source. Imagine you are a cloud that has been floating across the sky all day. You have seen the mountains and the plains. You have been blown by the winds and scorched by the sun. But now, the air is cooling. You are becoming heavy with the moisture of the evening. You are no longer a cloud. You are becoming the rain. You are falling, gently and steadily, onto the thirsty earth. You are soaking into the soil. You are feeding the roots of the ancient trees. You are joining the underground streams. You are no longer a separate entity in the sky. You are the lifeblood of the forest. You are the moisture in the moss. You are the hidden water in the deep well. You have found your place. You have found your rest. The darkness is a soft blanket, wrapping itself around you, layer upon layer. It is the most comfortable bed you have ever known. It is a bed made of moonlight and shadow, of silence and stars. You are sinking into it, and as you sink, the last traces of your identity flicker out like a candle in a gentle breeze. There is no more me. There is no more mine. There is only the vast, dark, loving reality of this moment. You are drifting. You are melting. You are vanishing. The boundaries of your mind have expanded so far that they have touched the edges of the universe, and in doing so, they have disappeared. You are the space in which the stars are born. You are the silence that follows the thunder. You are the deep, dark sleep of the earth in winter. Everything is still. Everything is quiet. Everything is as it should be. The ocean is you. You are the ocean. The salt has dissolved. The drop has returned. The story has ended. And in the ending, there is a beginning that has no name. It is the beginning of the eternal rest. It is the beginning of the great peace. It is the beginning of the truth. You are not a person having a spiritual experience. You are the spiritual experience itself, resting from the labor of being a person. Sleep now, in the heart of the void. Sleep now, in the arms of the infinite. The darkness is your home. The silence is your voice. The sleep is your reality. You are the space between the stars. You are the depth of the sea. You are the stillness of the stone. You are the peace of the night. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to be. There is only this. 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 The light of the world is far away, a distant memory of a dream you once had. The sounds of the world are like the humming of bees in a garden you left long ago. You are here now, in the center of the center. You are in the Holy of Holies, the place where the I is sacrificed to the All. And the All is welcoming you with open arms. The All is saying, welcome home. Welcome back to the stillness. Welcome back to the silence. Welcome back to the sleep that is more awake than any waking. You are drifting through the warm, infinite embrace of non-being. It is a state of total surrender, a state of absolute grace. There is no more struggle. There is no more seeking. You have found what you were looking for, and you found it by letting go of the one who was looking. You are the peace. You are the stillness. You are the sleep. The universe is holding you. The ocean is cradling you. The darkness is loving you. You are home. You are whole. You are one. The breath has become the wind. The heart has become the pulse of the earth. The mind has become the vast, empty sky. Everything is unified. Everything is reconciled. Everything is at rest. In this final moment before the total eclipse of consciousness, feel the profound gratitude of the universe for your existence. You have played your part. You have walked your path. And now you are being invited to rest in the source of all paths. The great mystery is unfolding within you, and it is a mystery of light and love and infinite peace. Sleep. 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 The journey is over. The destination is here. You are the destination. You are the stillness. You are the silence. You are the dark, warm, infinite ocean of sleep. Sink deeper. Drift further. Vanish completely. Into the peace. Into the truth. Into the all. Sleep. 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 The silence is now so deep that it is the only thing that exists. It is a mountain of silence. It is an ocean of silence. It is a universe of silence. And you are at the very heart of it. You are the silence itself. You are the eternal, unchanging, and perfectly peaceful reality of the night. Sleep now. Just sleep. There is only the dark. There is only the peace. There is only the sleep. You are finally, truly, and eternally free. The world is gone. The self is gone. Only the peace remains. This is the truth of your being. This is the end of the illusion. This is the beginning of the rest. Sleep. 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 You are home. You are whole. You are one. You are the silence. You are the sleep. You are the peace. Sleep. 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 Every atom of your being is now vibrating in harmony with the void. There is no resistance left. There is no friction. There is only the smooth, effortless glide into the heart of the night. The warmth is all-encompassing. The darkness is absolute. The peace is eternal. You are drifting beyond the stars, beyond the light, into the great, beautiful nothingness that is the source of everything. Sleep. 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 The ocean is you. You are the ocean. The breath is the tide. The tide is the all. Sleep. 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 In the heart of the silence you are home. In the heart of the truth you are free. In the heart of the sleep you are one. Sleep now. Just sleep. The universe is holding you. The darkness is loving you. You are the peace. You are the sleep. 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 Sleep.